Hi everyone and welcome back to Amateurs Guild. We are on episode 8, I believe. And so we are going to jump right in because we're in the middle of a dungeon plundering spot. We kind of left you guys at an interesting spot.
Doing a little dungeon crawl.
Yeah, so quick recap. So last episode you guys arrived to the monastery where Seabog is from. And from there, you explored town very quickly before being ambushed by Demacia, this Tiefling woman, a young woman who Seabog knew growing up, was kind of like an older sister to him. And you guys reminisced a little bit. She kind of took you back to her residence and caught you up to speed with what had happened with Kairos when he returned, which you guys knew, and were coming to this the monastery to seek his wisdom and help with helping the Teifling town as the dwarven army is soon to approach them. While you were there, she told you about the Forbidden Crypt, which you knew Seabog growing up and knew this was this, as it is described in the name, forbidden, and it was something that you guys all knew and told horror stories about when you were younger, but never had, the courage or really the desire to get anywhere near it up until now, after Demacia told you that Kairos had gone in there looking for answers to some kind of dwarven mystery that he's trying to uncover. So going in there, as you guys are all adventuring, passionate dungeon dwellers, I guess now, you just took it up upon yourselves to, without even resting, go to the dungeon and try and find Kairos and trying to help him out, as well as get his help for the Tiefling town. So going in there, you ran into a couple little roadblocks trying to get the doorway open, and eventually discovered the riddle and the answer to that riddle, opened the crypt door, and proceeded down the dungeon. The crypt, I should say. As you go down into the crypt, you ran into a bunch of skeletons who seemed to come out of the ground. After battling all of them, Pale Scales proceeded to then reinitiate the entire thing in a very Pale Scales fashion and start it all over again.
Pretty close.
Right after that, the team proceeded to tie up Pale Scales and force him to come with them as they proceeded on through the crypt.
Pretty dick move.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Pretty dick move of them to tie you up.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Definitely an OSHA violation.
It could be. There's no OSHA down here.
Ocean?
There's no... You discover an ocean beneath the crypt.
An ocean of OSHA violations.
Let me just write this in real quick.
Cool.
And then, after proceeding to the next level, you noticed that there were 4 doorway-like openings, which each of you proceeded to go down, except with Pale Scales and Seabog kind of tricking the system into letting both of them through. After being in the darkness, you saw creepy, ghostly-like black figures who you guys kind of did battle with and realized quickly that they were reflections of each other in their different little rooms. And then after taking the reincarnated skeleton that Lacey had and smashing it against the wall to break the spell, I believe that was Seabog, right? You broke it, right? The charade fell, and then it revealed an opening, which you guys walked down, eventually opening up into a big circular room, and were greeted by your friend and mentor, Kairos, who greeted you with a, "Oh, hi, Seabog!"
Because we had to bring that in.
Callbacks,
I have
baby,
been
callbacks.
dreading this accent the entire time. I'm like, I only know how to say, "Oh, hi." Like, I don't know idea.
That's all you need.
That's all he's going to ever
You mean
say.
you didn't watch The Room to prepare for...
I
today's session?
most certainly did not.
You didn't become an understudy.
You didn't watch the greatest
We're going to
movie
take a
ever
quick
made.
cut so that Cole can watch The Room
We'll
real quick
come back,
before we start the
We'll
session.
pick this up at 11.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys, again, you've just gotten out of this this kind of trickery-like spell, and the rest of the hallway has been opened up to you, leading down to the circular room where Kairos is now standing there. Kairos is this older tiefling monk who Seabog, you, of course, had a really fond upbringing with, who kind of raised you and took you in, trained you, and he seems to be standing here, and you notice that he looks to be incredibly tired and exhausted. As you guys approach this circular room, he of course greets you with the "Oh, hi, Sibog," and as you guys come closer, he examines all of you and says, "Oh, I'm so surprised you're here. What can I help you with, Sibog?"
He did study. I'm sorry. Why are you in here?
I came here looking for some answers to this dwarven mystery, but what I realized soon after was what I needed was here all along, or would be coming in soon.
Us?
He nods and kind of looks very excited. You can tell he's just kind of like, again, exhausted and out of it. And as you look around this room, you notice that there is, again, as we explained in the last episode, this circular room. We're never going to get by this accent, are we?
I'm good.
With this circular,
I'm all right. I'm okay.
For once, it's not me breaking.
Yeah, we're good.
And the circular room, and you do notice, as you did when it first opened up, this small little pillar about 3 or 4 feet tall, and this black orb on top. Everyone, give me a perception check. Or an insight, actually.
Okay. 6.
Nice.
You said insight? Ooh, it's a +6.
That's not a character page. It's
19.
Insight.
12.
8.
Okay. Lacey, what was yours again?
6.
6. Okay, cool. As you guys walk in, Seabog, you notice this orb, which seems to be kind of this dark obelisk-like, probably about the size of a small basketball kind of orb-like size, and you see this kind of whirling inside of it. It definitely looks to be magical of some sort. And you see that it's kind of untouched. This room looks completely barren. It has very little, almost kind of unnatural lighting like the rest of the crypt had. No real light sources, however, it is still illuminated. And Seabog looks over to you, Seabog, yeah. Kairos looks over to you and says, "When I came down here, I was looking for answers, but it was really something that I knew would come here soon after me." And he looks at you, Seabog, and says, "And as you adequately put, my friend, it was you I was waiting for." And he kind of opens up to give you a hug.
I definitely hug him back.
Okay, cool.
What were you trying to figure out?
You see, as he's hugging you, he doesn't really respond to you, and he just kind of lingers there. And then slowly you realize that he's not really hugging you, he's grappling you. Everyone roll initiative.
Gigantic.
18.
This is my nat 20. Yay!
You got a nat 20? Oh my god! Okay, cool.
This is the second time I think I rolled nat 20.
What'd you get, Allie? 4?
It's okay, dude. Me too.
No, she's 4 total. You're 9.
No, I know.
Oh no, she is.
Your initiative's +5? Yeah.
Her dex is huge.
Yeah,
That
she
makes
is.
It's fine. Okay. Seabog, you realize this really quickly. You're like, this is bizarre. Yeah. With a nat 20, you can try to break free from this grapple as a free action. I'm going to allow basically, it's almost like a surprise round, but you just basically get this action to kind of break free or do something else before, an actual, the encounter will begin.
What's going on with you? What are you doing?
You see, he just holds you and just doesn't say anything.
17 plus, I'm assuming, strength? No.
You break free. You are able to break free, and then you can take a action. You notice as you are able to kind of push him away from you, you look into his eyes, and at first, you weren't really expecting something, but you just notice that like there's almost like this kind of dead-ish look in his eyes, almost like he's not there. He's still standing and able-bodied, but it seems to be there's something going on here.
And I didn't. Besides what the orb looked like, I didn't sense anything from that with my 19.
Nothing yet. You were doing a perception of the room.
Oh, the room.
So you haven't done one of him. If you'd like to do that, you could.
Yeah, can I do one of him?
Sure.
It was a perception check of what?
I'm
room.
percepting.
Wow.
First of all, that was my joke.
I walked right into it. Absolutely incredible.
That's tag team effort there.
5.
You just know he's not being himself. That's all you can gather right now. I will let you use a bonus action or in your movement if you'd like to do that, anything like that. Also an item interaction if you want to.
Can I restrain him?
I'll say because of the nat 20, I'll say you can try to restrain him with a bonus action. Yeah. You want to try to grapple him?
Yeah. Reverse.
You got a 17.
He beat me.
Okay, so you try to grapple him. He kind of pushes you away.
What do you mean?
And then
Back page.
that on the do you want to use movement or anything?
No.
Okay. As you do that, you all hear this hissing noise, and it's kind of like echoing around this like circular crypt. And as you guys can hear this kind of moving, you can see the ground kind of break over between you and the orb in the middle of the room. It's a pretty big room. And it just kind of breaks through, and you see this snake-like, this huge venomous-looking snake with this big red diamond mark on its back, just kind of slither out, breaking through the rubble, and starts to kind of pose itself and is ready to pounce. That will be actually its turn. That was kind of on the layer, and then now it got a 19. So you see this big this large like monstrosity, big snake, kind of like viper-like, like the wings kind of behind its head. As it approaches, dark blue, again with these red stripes all over its back, and this long forked tongue as it hisses. You see it crawls toward you, and then Seabog, it is going to make an attack on you, make a bite attack. So he's going to go ahead and roll. There's a 18 to hit, which misses. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
You're telling me.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, and that will be Hillscale's turn. So you see Seabog grappled by Kairos, pushed him away, tried to assess the situation, tried to grapple Kairos. Kairos pushes away, this like wrestling match, and then this giant snake thing bursts out of the ground and approach and try and just barely miss Seabog.
How far am I from the snake?
You guys are all pretty close. It's big, so like you can kind of be far away from it and still be like able to like do damage. Like you don't have to be like
feet?
You're not like right next to it, but you're like 5-10ish feet away from everything. Seabog's a little bit more in front, just because you guys just came out of a hallway, and Seabog obviously came up to greet Kairos.
Do I have line of sight?
Yes.
Okay. I want to. Let me look here. Yeah, I'm going to use a second level skill slot spell slot, and reactively feeling the same impulse that Pale Scales did when he saw the basilisks, he extends his still a hand out and casts blindness on the snake.
Cool. Okay. It can be blinded. Yeah, what's the language? It just
Choose one creature that you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. If
Okay.
it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened. My choice for the duration. I'm going to go with blinded.
cool.
At the end of each of its turns, it can make another Constitution saving throw. On a success, the spell ends. And it's a 1 minute duration. It's not concentration.
Okay, cool. All right, what does he have to beat?
16.
Okay. Fails. You see this giant snake like hisses and kind of roars in this weird kind of snake fashion as you see its eyes kind of go foggy,
And I go,
and it goes. And you guys keep doing that.
yeah.
As that happens,
In perpetuity.
As that happens, Madras, that is your turn.
Okay. So he's already blinded.
It's true.
Is that your chair making that squeak?
It was. Sorry.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. I'm like, is Layla howling like upstairs? I was like, what's happening?
I'm gonna attack with my longbow.
Nice.
Can you
that-
sneak attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak attack right after.
Yeah, that makes it roll.
Nice.
So that does
Oh,
that's 1d8.
Do you
Everything's
get
a sneak attack. This snake can't see shit.
Yeah, do you get any bonuses on blinded targets?
No.
Okay.
But I get 3d6s.
Nice.
8 plus 13. Is that it?
8 plus 13 is
No,
the-
it's no. It's 13 overall.
13
So,
overall.
yeah.
I think that misses. So
Boom.
you go ahead and shoot your longbow, just barely going over the top of its head. Anything else you'd like to do?
Got any bonus actions you can do, like hide or something?
Oh yeah, I can hide, but I don't know. We don't really have a place to hide around here, do we? 'Cause
I think you can. No, yeah, that's true.
we're,
Yeah, there's not a lot. You
Plus
might
hide might
be
be an
able
action.
to. Yeah, you might be able to.
It's a
If,
bonus action.
I'm gonna say, especially because the snake is blind right now, I'll say you'll be able to hide behind like a person, like
Cool.
somebody else.
So I'll hide
As long as
behind
they
Seabog. No, I'm hiding behind. Can't hide behind the sea.
Probably
Definitely not.
monsters.
You definitely cannot hide. I'll say because of Seabog's shell, you could hide behind him if you wanted
But
to.
I am right up on them.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to. But I don't.
might not
I
want
don't
to.
want.
Yeah.
Don't want to be near him.
I'll say that I'll say that you could hide behind the shell of Seabog if you
And
wanted
not
to,
get hurt
but well, you'll be in the mix though. That's the
That's
trade-off.
That's what it is. What if I hide behind the snake? Is that possible?
You will just be close to the snake.
Okay, never mind. I'm
gonna
not
say-
hiding.
I'll-
I'm gonna disengage.
I'm gonna say okay. You actually don't have to disengage because
Oh,
you're
cool.
not.
You're doing it.
I didn't even hit. Okay, cool.
But if you wanted to hide behind the snake, I'll say that you could hide behind the snake to Kairos, but you're gonna be real close to a big old snake.
I'm good.
Okay, that's what I would do. I would not do
Yeah,
that. Okay,
Yes.
cool. That will
Yes.
be Lacey.
Give that back.
And Seabog, you're on deck.
That was in
Nice.
character.
Okay.
I am going to cast Hold Person on Kairos.
Cool. Okay, what does he have to do to save?
He has to roll a spell save of 13.
What does he have to say? Is it Constitution?
Yes.
Okay.
Wisdom saving, sorry. Wisdom
Oh,
saving
sorry.
throw.
That is going to be 11. Either way, he doesn't pass.
Cool. So he is now paralyzed
Okay.
for up to 1 minute.
Nice. Okay. Does he get to reroll on his turns?
For duration, at the end of each of its turns, it can make another wisdom save.
Okay, yeah.
So at the
Okay.
end of its turn.
Got it.
Okay, so he's held right now, and then she's just gonna look over at Seabog and go, "Hey, Maddie, got a weird friend here."
This is not normal. We need to figure out what's going on here / deal with that giant snake.
Or we could incinerate them both.
No.
Till
That will be.
No.
That will be Kairos' turn to say, "Oh, don't incinerate me!" And he's going to try and
He's just chilling.
he has a 3. Yeah. He only. It's funny because he got the drop on the situation, but he's very last. Yeah. Super cool. Yeah. Kairos is a
He's
funny
doing
character
great.
so far. Yeah. This is definitely not Kairos' day. Okay, so he is going to withhold person. Sorry, I just want to
has to
pull
be the
up
end of his turn.
language, right? And can he do anything during this?
He should be able to. It's the end of his.
Oh, he's paralyzed. That's right.
He's
He's totally
paralyzed.
paralyzed. Okay, so
Yeah.
he pretty much just has to just try and save.
Yeah.
So what was it
Yeah.
again he needs to do to save?
13.
Wisdom.
Okay. He can
Right,
his wisdom is.
Yes.
He's got a
Wiz.
+3 to wisdom. That's an 18.
Fuck.
He breaks out, but it's at the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you did
so
save
he
his
didn't
turn.
get to do anything.
Cool. That will come back up to Seabog.
We have to kill that flag probably. I'm gonna whack it with my stack.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Corpse puncher.
I'm not punching it yet.
Punching corpses.
Is that a nat 1? That's a nat 1. So I'm assuming I don't have a...
You do not hit it. You actually slip and fall.
Yeah! I got 2 more hits though. My second hit's gonna be...
Another
No way!
Would you get another nat
Another
one?
nat 1.
This time you do slip and fall. I'm gonna say you're gonna need to use
I
half your movement to
deserve
get back
that.
up.
I deserve that.
Raw.
I'm gonna, yeah,
I was
you know
like, I was thinking for the first that one, I was like, maybe I should have made him fall down and get back up. That would have been fun. And then with the second one, I'm like, all right, I gotta do it.
Now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it.
So
Nice breath, buddy.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. You said he just looks tired, not hurt.
He looks, yeah, he kind of
He
looks,
did a flip.
he looks
He definitely-
like he hasn't slept in like 5 days.
Okay.
Like he looks
But
like
he's not-
exhausted, and he obviously is not acting like himself, and his
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
are kind of like deadish.
But he doesn't look like he's missing any HP. If I had to...
He doesn't look like he's a wounded opponent. No.
if he
Way to
probably
weave
looked
that
at
in
him.
there.
Super sneaky, I know. On a scale of whatever to 1 to his max HP, he doesn't look like anything lower.
He looks, as that regard, he looks healthy as hell.
All right, I'm gonna punch the snake. Hopefully this
It's
time.
2 ones.
Yeah, it's a double one. That's what's my dex again? That's a 15.
To hit
The snake.
the snake. Okay. That just hits.
Woo, baby! 4 plus 4 is gonna be an 8. 4 damage.
Cool. All right. You said 8 damage.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Wish it
all
could have
right.
been more. I'm a
I'm a football.
fly.
All right. On initiative 20, right after your nat 20, that is going to be this giant snake's lair action. Everybody right next to it, roll a Constitution save.
Just me?
Who's right next to it?
It's just me, I think.
Yeah, who's made a hit? You, and then you. What have you
Tried
done?
to.
He
Made a hit
missed.
from 30 foot
Shoot it.
range.
Okay, then you're fine.
Yeah, they're all.
And then
I
you're
went after Kairos.
right. So I'm gonna say you're far. I'm gonna say you're not right next to him.
Yes.
You're not within 5 feet.
Fuck yeah.
Because he's kind of big. It'd be hard for you to be within 5 feet of both.
Yeah.
should have
in a
been
way.
able.
Yeah, I landed the
Did it
blind.
have to be touched?
No, it wasn't
Right.
touched.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
you
are both
should be
fine.
definitely
And
fine.
yeah,
What kind of save was it?
Constitution save.
16 plus 17. 17.
Okay, cool. You'll take half damage. It's not gonna be a lot. That is going to be 2 poison damage. As it retches back and then spits out poison right below it to anybody right next to it. That will be. It sucks that the lair action's right before the giant snake's turn. So now it is the giant snake's turn. He is going to look at you, Seabog,
Oh, no. Look at me.
and
But he's blind.
But he's blind.
he's going to face you, Seabog.
He's going to hear at you.
He's gonna hear at you so hard.
You're gonna,
so hard.
it's going to feel so good for you.
Uh,
He's going to hear everything that you want to say.
and
Please leave.
This is me alone.
and he is going to cast a 4th level
Ooh.
spell.
Jesus.
Blight.
No!
On you.
What's-
So I'll kind of give the language. Necromantic energy washes over a creature of your choice that you can see within range, draining moisture and vitality from it. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. The target takes 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Oh no.
Pretty potent. It's called Blight. So
Called Blight.
have it in
I
front of
did
me.
that at 7th level.
It's gonna be a con save.
I'm dead.
Not if you save.
No.
I have 9 HP.
Ooh.
You roll a 1.
Yeah.
I gotta roll high. You gotta roll real low for a friend. Oh, I don't save.
Oh no. Okay. Where the hell is my D8?
It doesn't
I guess
exist.
I can't deal damage to you.
Yeah, you can. I'm
Yay.
Oh, that's
alive.
convenient.
Okay. This is 8d8. Okay.
Well,
It's 8.
if it goes past 9, that's it, right?
Yep.
So,
I was like, I'm already at 27.
He actually rolled pretty low, but it is 13 damage.
Oh, you're kidding.
Damn it.
It's not that
Okay,
bad.
I'll
It's not that
take that because
He actually didn't roll.
Yeah.
It was scary, but he rolled pretty low across the board.
Nice.
bad. How long does Blight
Are you
last?
still dead?
I'm down.
You're dead. He's
I'm
down,
down.
yeah.
But I'm not. He could have killed.
Yeah, he
Seaball.
could have perma-killed. It's
Dang.
a very
That's what I was.
because you
worried
were
about.
because you were very low. He could have gone under his
Max HP.
his max
I think.
HP. Yeah, thank you. If you go negative below your like if you go down but you go negative your max HP,
Oh.
then
I
you
would've
could perma
died.
die.
then that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's scary.
I didn't know
If
that.
you go how much below
Yeah.
max HP?
I didn't know that.
Your max HP if you go that negative,
You die.
then you
Dead.
perma die. Yeah,
No saves. Nothing.
right.
Wow.
But that only happens on like a one hit. Because other than that, it would be like an attack on you would be if you're down.
Automatic
It
death
would be
save,
it'd
or
be a
failed save.
yeah. If it's a spell, it's an
2.
automatic fail. If it's melee, it's a automatic 2.
Yeah.
Fails. Okay, so you see that Seabog goes down, and then Gyros goes, "Oh, bye, Seabog."
You waited for this. You had that
I'm
written
so sorry,
down.
I'm so sorry. Okay, that will be Pale Scale's turn. At least he only has one thing per turn,
One
which is
action.
really powerful. Yeah.
So, you're making saves.
Eventually.
We need to kill this snake.
Yeah.
We need to kill this snake.
Snake be strong.
Just a little bit.
Snake?
Snack? It's a snack. Oh, hi, Snake. Snake is a friend.
No.
Yeah, that's a powerful one.
Are you friend?
Kairos?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know. Oh man, this would have been a lot easier if I as a point didn't make this easier because of your camaraderie.
You're
with
the
Tail
shit,
Scale.
you
asshole.
motherfucker!
But it was gonna be easier if you didn't have to go through one of the things twice. But it was also very much playing to Pale
Y'all
Scales.
can thank me when we deal with it successfully. I am going to cast Ice Knife on the snake.
Nice. Okay.
So that is a ranged spell attack. So it's what do I do to hit? What's my stat that I use to hit? It's a spell attack
Mhm.
plus 8. Okay, so that's a 25.
Oh,
To
definitely
hit?
hits. Yep. most
Okay.
certainly.
And then you get to try to make a. What is it? What's the wrong spell? Sorry. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing damage. Then the target makes a dexterity saving throw, and if they succeed, they don't take 2d6. So I roll a d10.
Okay.
And then you make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, you still have to hit, right?
I did. I rolled the 25 to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
So here comes the d10 piercing.
Go.
2.
Go.
And then you would make a dex saving throw.
Okay. don't think his dexterity is that good. It's okay. It's pretty good. That is only a 5 though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does not save. It's a dex saving throw 16.
Okay.
Then you take 2d6 cold damage.
Cool.
2 and 6. So 8 plus 2 is a total 10 damage. 8 cold, 2 piercing.
Okay.
This was
Cool.
this week,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
This is good call. Cool. Anything else?
Kairos isn't within 5 feet of it, is he?
Kyra, no, I'm gonna say he's close, but
Okay.
he's not right next to
Then
him.
he doesn't need to make
They're
a saving throw.
On each side of my dead body.
So that's my
Yeah.
that's my action.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do as a bonus action, my first actual bonus action of the game, it's class specific in the entire campaign. I am going to convert one of my level 1 spell slots
Mhm.
into a sorcery point as a bonus action.
Oh, cool.
Giving me 5 sorcery points total, which is my next one. And I have Richard.
All right. That will be Mattress.
So I'd like to use color spray.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Love it.
So it's well.
Oh, so
Love color.
colorful.
Love color, love spray.
Really brings the room together.
That's
I don't even know if that's the exact.
for spells. My modifier is not my dexterity; it's my intelligence system, right? Or
Mhm.
It depends. So so different classes have different
For you,
spellcasting
you use
modifiers.
I use
You use
intelligence.
I'll pull up the
intelligence.
So I got a
class.
19.
Cool. Okay, that's
She's
definitely gonna hit.
arcane.
She's arcane.
Oh, I'm sorry.
trickster.
Does he have to roll to beat it? What did it
No,
say?
I just do 60, 10 of damage.
Okay, because yeah, yours always confused me because it's almost kind of like a weaponized spell.
No, I know
Okay, cool.
So you have to roll the
yeah.
d10s?
I have to roll 60, 10. Yes.
Okay.
For damage?
Yeah, that seems high.
No.
Because what it is, what color spray is it does it basically in a cone, and you
Yeah.
roll the 60, 10. If you have multiple enemies around you, it like does that damage to each of their HP. So that's the whole pool that you can do the damage to. But since
Okay.
there's only one big enemy, I just do all 6 d10s of it
Oh,
to
okay.
him.
All right, I trust you.
That's a first level spell.
No, I can do like 3rd level spell.
That's a first level
No.
illusion.
Oh, it's
He was asking.
Oh, no,
if it's
yeah.
first
Oh.
level.
Dazzling array of flashing colored lights. Roll 60-10. This is the total many hit points this creature can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you in ascending order of their current hit points. Ignore unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see.
He's not blind anymore. huh?
He is still blind.
He's still blind.
blind.
Actually,
So
I didn't make a saving. Doesn't he get a saving throw?
He does. He's
nice.
allowed to
Be
saving
able
throw
to.
at the end of each of his turns.
Do it.
If
Alright,
he's
let me do that real
blind,
quick.
then he cannot be affected
Yeah,
by
and
the
then I
spell.
have to do something.
Wow, that'd actually be funny.
Yeah.
That would be
No.
better if he did.
Tail scales.
Wow. Okay.
It's actually just your fault.
What did he try to?
No.
What was your what was your spell save again?
16.
16 for him.
Yeah.
And okay.
For blindness?
Okay, he actually
No, it's
fails.
just 16.
Ah!
So he's still. But
Oh,
then yours doesn't
He
affect.
failed.
Well, that's my spell attack.
That's
Okay.
that's your spell save,
All
you see.
right. Well then, can I
Yeah,
still
16.
use this
Color.
hit throw for the next action, or do I have to re-roll that too?
You've committed to a spell
What do you
cast.
mean?
I've already. Okay.
She wants to take back the cast spell.
You can. No, it's okay. You can not cast that if you want.
Yeah,
So do-
I want
Yeah, that's
just
okay.
regular attack with my longbow now.
Yeah,
so do I
that's
have
fine.
to re-roll for the hit?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Dude, fuck you.
Bill's
your fault.
sabotaging everyone, and he doesn't even mean to.
Unintentionally.
15 just hits.
Oh, ha, ha.
Nice.
Y'all are
This is the
sabotaging
snake you're
yourselves
hitting, right?
on...
Wee wee.
Okay.
Okay.
Wee snaky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the
11, 13, 14.
14 damage.
Yeah, well, yes.
Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. Cool.
And then I'm going to hide.
Okay.
How far away is Pale Skills?
Pale Scales is probably
30
pretty
feet.
close to you. You guys came all from the same spot, and you both stayed back.
Okay, I'm right
So
behind him.
you're okay. All right. All right. That will be Lacey's turn.
Can I... Do I know what that black thing is?
What black?
The black orb.
The black orb.
You do not know. I will let you, if you want to, as an action, roll a insight. You can.
Is he making death
You can roll an
saves
insight,
will
actually,
be.
or an arcana.
on your next turn?
Yeah.
But you'd still have a bonus action in your movement.
Okay.
We do
It's
have to
just
try
this
and get
dark
him up.
orb with this huge presentation around it. Can't be bad.
Yeah. Let me. Jesus Christ. That's a 13.
And you're trying to figure out what the orb is?
Yeah.
Okay, so even with a 13, you don't know exactly what it is. But you know this thing is a ball of big bad magic. Specifically, like, dark magic. Like, evil.
Okay. With my bonus action, I'm going to drink the green potion that I have.
Right, okay. I got a little almost.
The level 4 max damage.
It's
one.
it's a level.
Oh,
max
hell
damage spell.
yeah. Okay.
I wrote them all down. I got you.
Oh, I have.
I got
them all-
you,
I
sir.
have them all written
Who's
down
the
too.
golden fire elixir?
I
Probably
think
him.
I still do because
Do you
I
have
think I
that in
only
your
gave.
inventory?
I gave you the blue one,
I have the blue one.
and then I gave her the green
green
one.
So, yeah, so I'm gonna.
It was the potion of maximum power?
The level. I get a level 4 spell
Yes,
for
maximum
max
power.
damage.
Yes, it is maximum.
And is that just a level 4 spell in general, or is that one of my spells that I already have at a level 4?
You take the highest. Okay, so once you drink the potion of maximum power, the next 4th level spell that deals damage within 1 minute of drinking will do maximum damage. So it's got to be one of your spells.
you
So it
have
has to be
know
one
a
of my
fourth
spells.
level
Yeah.
spell.
So wait, so I have to know a 4th level spell, or I can just cast one of my spells at 4th level?
No, it's the
Uh,
next 4th level spell.
The next 4th level spell that deals damage will do maximum damage. So I think you'll have to actually cast a 4th level spell.
Oh, so she can't use.
Okay.
She can't
Use
cast
it
a first level at 4th level.
No,
No.
because it says before like the spell or before the potion like activates, it's it's contingent upon the 4th level spell.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Oh.
understand what you meant by that.
I will say though,
Gotcha.
I'll say just because I don't absolutely love that, I'll say you can use that with a lower spell if you want. You're just of course if you waited to use it until you leveled up and have a 4th level spell,
Can
it would be of
it be
course
at 4th
amplified.
No, okay, got it. Oh, you're right. So yeah, I'm just gonna drink that.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna hunker down.
Oh my gosh, I thought you like saw a spider or something.
No.
I was like, what? Where? Okay, cool. So what do you want to cast?
Well, you're drinking it as a bonus action.
I'm drinking it as my bonus action.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
right,
I'm
that
just
makes
gonna-
sense.
I'm just gonna like.
Prepping. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right, that will go back to Kairos. You see, Kairos turns to. Who do you want to turn to? You're down. He's not worried about you right now. He'll deal with you later. Goes after you, Pale Scales. You see, he just kind of turns to you and goes, "Oh, Hasibog, friend, come to die." And he is going to.
I quite like not doing that.
He's going to
twice today.
come up to
Try
you
it.
and
I took a
do
nap.
some of his first shit. So he's gonna get right up in melee distance with you, and he is going to go ahead and do 2 kicks.
Dude,
He is a monk.
chill out. No, she's not just shin kicking.
Okay, let's see here.
Give that back as a bonus action.
You have no idea she has it.
I know.
Misses the first one.
Give that back.
What is your AC
It's
again?
under half.
He did not get a lot. He got an 11.
Minus 12.
Is it the first time you didn't get hit?
Okay, so he does his first 2 normal kicks, and then he has his fiery kick. I believe is what it's called. Fire kick.
Ooh.
And so this is the same kind of thing. He rolled bad the first 2 times. That time he got a 25 to hit. And it is going to be 2d6 plus 4.
So I'm dead. So I'm fine. So
Was
it's-
that?
Yeah, there's
He
no way
can't.
that...
There's no way
Nah,
he
You're gonna
doesn't
be
go down.
You're gonna be down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, 2. 1. That is
It's a 7.
7.
I'm still down by
Why?
2.
No.
Yeah. There's literally no
And then-
mathematical way that I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. You go down.
You're still at 0.
And that is his turn, and he looks over to Madras as in like you're next. And then that will be Seabog. Go ahead and give me a death save. Just rolling that 20 here. Pop back up.
Oh my god, you know.
It'd be incredible.
That would be. That's 10. Well, I got 11.
10
because-
passes.
So,
Okay, cool.
One success.
Yeah, 10 is a success. Yeah, anything below a 10 is a failure.
yeah.
Right.
Cool.
One
All right,
success.
so that's 1 positive for you.
I thought it was 11 through 20.
Well, I have an 11 because my +1 stat.
Ah,
bonus.
good.
Yeah.
So even you're trying to pull that shit off.
No.
Okay, he is going to next will be
Snake?
the lair action. Nobody who's up is right next to him, so he's going to slither over using his lair action over closer to you three.
Two.
You all are next to each other. Well, you're down, I know,
Oh, yeah.
but he's gonna come over to you guys. Okay, that will be his lair action. He's just gonna use it to move, and then it will be his turn, and he is going to bite Madras. That is only a 12 to hit, so I'm sure misses. It's your AC.
Where is she? Where is she?
I got it. Hold on.
Grabbing dice? Why?
Because my AC. Armor class
15.
15.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you beat that. Nice. Okay, and then that will be the end of his turn, and it will go to Pale Scales. Give me a death saving throw. Am I right? Oh, blind. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you do your
Teacher, you forgot to sign homework.
I wanted to use fucking
he,
color spray.
he fails. He does not pass, so he's still blind.
I got an 11.
That's true.
Dang
Becoming
it.
unblind wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Right.
No.
Actually,
Let me do
I'm
my
sorry. He
damage.
should have rolled with disadvantage.
He still missed.
He still
Oh, he
He
missed.
missed
Yeah.
anyway, so
It doesn't matter. He misses. I just want to see what his other roll would have been.
Right.
Nat 20.
Yeah. No.
Imagine.
Okay, that is yeah. Pale Scales. Did you roll your death saving?
Success. I got an 11.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. That will be Madras. Lacey on deck.
I still can't color spray him. But Kairos is like right next to me, right?
I'm gonna say you have line of sight of Kairos. There are enough bodies on the ground now where you have line of sight.
Okay.
So morbid.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast Sleep on Kairos.
Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Very cool.
I believe sleep matters who has the most HP.
This spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. This is the total how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures that doesn't matter much. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected by in ascending order of their current hit points.
Okay, so starting from lowest HP.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Roll your 5d8.
Well, he is immune to being charmed.
You
I'm
didn't
so
know
sorry.
that.
I'm so sorry.
She could technically still get the snake then.
I could get the
Or is
snake.
snake also?
Honestly, though, Kairos.
Oh,
is
I'm sorry.
the most-
I'm sorry. You're attacking Kairos. I'm being an idiot.
Yeah.
Kairos can be affected. Yes.
Okay,
The snake
perfect.
cannot.
Oh, okay.
I was
cool,
looking at the
cool,
wrong one.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep Kairos.
You could technically sleep both if you roll enough. Dude.
No, because the
he's not
snake it
affected.
can't.
Snake's
It's
immune.
immune.
Right, but that's why.
But
he
I
had to
could
look
have.
up
No, I understand.
immunity.
Anyway,
You're good.
all right, I'm gonna roll my 5d8s.
Yeah.
24 damage. And
Cool.
Sleep.
Nice. Okay, Kairos goes down. He goes, so sleepy. And he goes down.
He
Is it
passes
24
out.
damage? Okay, cool.
How far?
24 hit points that she can
How-
affect by sleep.
Yeah, how far
Oh, okay.
away
He doesn't take
from?
24.
Okay, got it.
You have to do his HP.
Because I could take my bonus action here.
Okay.
You know, I could dash away from Snake, like a few feet back.
It's disengaged.
Well, it is disengaged, but
You're
it
already
didn't.
away from
My
the
thing is, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like
He's-
trying to figure out the logistics.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I do disengage, even though I was attacking Kairos, there's technically no one that I'm disengaging from right now.
I think the snake is
You
all
don't
up in
need-
your business.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cool.
Because
So,
he moved up.
You can disengage from this.
yep, cool. Then
I
I'll
thought
do
you
it.
were
Okay,
far
we're
away
going to
from
disengage from the snake. Alright, makes sense. You can disengage as a bonus.
Yep.
She
Cool.
should be able to.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, and I just want to make sure I understand for sleep. The
Yeah.
sleeper takes damage. Or someone use an action to.
Shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Right.
the sleep doesn't deal damage.
Oh, that's how much damage needs to be done for him to wake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Got
the
it.
24?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No. So
No.
sleep, you have to quote unquote deal enough damage to put them to sleep. So like, say my HP is 10,
Right.
and she rolls 10 damage,
Yeah.
I would be asleep. With still having 10, I would just be asleep. But if I have 10 HP and she rolls an 8, I'm completely fine.
I see.
Oh,
It's rolling
okay.
the hit. It's not actual damage.
Oh,
The
I see.
sleep
Oh,
doesn't
he's,
do
yeah,
damage.
he's got more than 24 health points, so you don't put him to sleep. Is that? Am I understanding this correct?
That's
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you cast this and you're unable to put him to sleep. Sorry, I totally did not understand the logistics of sleep.
Mhm.
So he is still up, and then but you still are able to
Yeah,
disengage
it's
and move back.
It's literally
Okay.
just to make the person sleep.
Okay, that will be back up to that will be Kairos. He's gonna make a. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally missed you. That's gonna be Lacey.
You're too short.
I look right over you.
Okay.
I wrote the names as big as the height of the character. It's a terrible spread.
That'll definitely shrink her down a
That'll
little.
do it.
I am going to unleash a 4th level chill touch.
So we just said that you could use the maximum potion as a 3rd level, unless you have 4th level spells.
No, I don't have a 4th level spell.
Okay.
That's why.
So you can use something as a 3rd level. By drinking that potion, you can use something as a 3rd level, but still get the maximum benefit.
Cool. So yeah. So I'm gonna use chill touch.
Cool.
Snake.
The snack. Okay, cool. That is. What does he have to do to save? Or does that just take damage?
That is just damage
On a hit.
on a
So
hit.
you have
So.
to hit him.
Right.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I got it left. 23.
Yeah, totally hit him.
Cool. So he would get automatically 24 necrotic damage,
Cool. Okay. Snake's looking kind of fucked up.
And he can't heal.
and he
if
can't
that
heal
matters.
until the start of his next turn.
Cool. Okay.
And it's not undead?
It is not undead.
Double?
No.
Is
No.
it double to undead?
I don't know if it's double,
Ones.
but it's
like it's their yeah.
I don't know if it's double, but it's definitely more.
And then
Kairos hasn't taken any damage so far, has he?
I know,
No.
No.
but you
No
know
one's
what?
attacked him.
Because I think I'm one of the only ones that's actually going to stay up right now. My bonus action, I'm going to drink the bright green potion to have invincibility for 3 rounds.
Yes. That is a great time to
Wow.
use
Nice.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to use all these, but like right now, we don't really have a choice, guys. I'm sorry.
That is the time
Just no
to
one have
use that.
healing?
Not really.
Then we're fine.
You need spell slots,
Yeah.
and she used a lot.
You're out of spell slots?
Almost. We're not going to talk about it right now.
Don't give me ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. That is a great call. All right. Anything else?
No, I can't.
Okay, cool. That will be.
That's
That will be Kairos' turn. He is going to. I'm going to say he's going to make an intelligence roll, and if he does not do a good intelligence roll, he is going to try and hit Lacey.
Please.
What is
Please.
intelligence? +1.
Can I distract him?
He's got a 15. I'm going to say he knows better than that. He's going to have to not disengage, but he's going to have to run after Madras. So you would get an attack of opportunity.
Fuck yeah! God damn it!
What'd you get?
5.
Oh yeah, did not hit. Okay. He goes through just completely not even you realize that like he's not even really like he's not even really like tactically thinking that well. He just kind of goes after you, Madras, out of just luck or lack of. And then he is going to go ahead and do a one of his 3 kicks. Ooh, that's 25 to hit. Okay, I'll just see if he does the other ones. The next one is a 18 to hit. Does that hit too?
My armor class is 15.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
hits. Okay, and then I'll do. Well, so let's just see what that does so far. That will be 86 plus 4. Gonna be 23 damage.
Two.
You have 2 health left?
I have
Nice!
two
Okay, cool.
left.
Yes!
Wow, you're still up. You're still in there. Okay,
Hell
nice.
Yeah.
So now basically just kind of get a lay of the land. So the snake is kind of still more in the opening. You've retreated back into the hallway. Kairos is right next to you, and then Lacey, you're kind of in the middle ground here. So actually, the snake is right next to you because he
Yeah.
didn't move up next to you.
Yeah.
But you're invincible right now.
Fuck
So
yeah.
that's kind of the lay of the land. So the one really that close to you is going to be Kairos. And that will be... Seabog. Come on, baby. Get that nat 20.
How does this? 17.
Okay, that's a positive. Nice.
Still a save.
Okay, the snake is going to use its lair action to spit poison on Lacey. Does nothing. That will be... the snake is going to also, I'm going to say, make an intelligence.
Is it still blind?
Or is it only?
It is still blind. Wow. So, you know what?
How long
Actually,
is a minute?
I'll say
A
a
minute's
minute
like-
6 rounds.
Okay.
I'm actually going to say because it's blind, it's not cognizant necessarily of the fact that you ran away. So it's going to still attack the people that it can feel are near it. So it's going to try to attack you and does nothing. That will be... Oh, actually wait a minute.
Good sneaky.
I'm going to do something. I'm so sorry.
Don't.
I'm going to do just a roll to see if it were to cast a spell, what spell would it cast? Okay, you're fine. It'd be a damage spell. It would deal damage, and it didn't. It was not.
Okay.
He actually got a lot. He's got a lot of spells. But Blight is by far one of the most powerful ones.
I'm waiting to get it.
Except for one.
Okay. Please don't.
Tell him to hold on.
Okay, that will be Pale Scales.
19. That's
Nice.
a success.
Nice, that's a success. You guys both have 2 successes, I think, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That will be back to Madrix. So, Madrix, you are in this hallway. Kairos is coming right after you. Only one near you. Snake is kind of off with Lacey. What would you like to do?
I think I just attack Kairos with my longbow.
Cool.
Got a 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Do you have any bonus actions or anything you can do?
I can disengage.
Okay.
That's about it. I can hide, but I don't really have too many places to hide.
Yeah, I'd say hiding would be kind of tough.
Under.
Okay, that will be Lacey. What would you like to do with your invincibility?
Take a bomb.
Oh.
Blow up.
I do have a bomb.
Oh, you do.
Oh, she does
I
have
do. I do technically have a bomb.
We might kill it, like permanently kill it.
That sounds like that bad idea though, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yes, you have dead bodies near you.
Yeah.
Or unconscious bodies near you.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna.
that's something to keep in mind.
I'm gonna try really hard
Ooh.
not to do that. So,
I'll be okay.
fuck me.
I guess, to be fair, to metagame, if they're down and they have 2 positive death saves,
Yeah,
and they get hit with magical damage, it's only going to be a -1.
yeah.
It's not
one thing.
the worst. Yeah, it's only going to be 1 fail. It's not the worst in the world.
Yeah, that's why I'm like not really that concerned about them right now. I'm like, you guys are doing great.
Keep it up!
I really want to do something, but that's a bad idea. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cool. Smart move.
That gives me back. That gives me 10 HP back. So I'm gonna do that because I'm concerned about myself and I'm selfish. And then I am going with my movement. Can I? No, you know what? I'm gonna stay put. I'm gonna stay put because I'm
Okay.
invincible, so I'm fine. I'm just gonna
Okay.
do that.
Cool. All right, that is the end of your first round of invincibility.
Yes.
Cool. That will be
Kairos.
Kairos. He's going to try and make an attack at you. I'm so sorry. Just maybe not. You might miss. He doesn't. He only got a +7 to hit.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's fine.
It's great. It's cool.
That one.
Oh, okay. Nice.
26.
Yeah.
Let's just see what that does. I mean, I think that he's got, so it's a 2d6 plus 4.
No, I'm
So you're
dead.
going down no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going down. Alright, he does that, and then he's going to make a move over to you, tries to fire kick you, does nothing. Then that will be Lacey.
She giggles.
Seabok, that will be your...
I'm the only one up.
Guys!
Seabok's coming up. I
Help
feel
me.
it. I feel it in my bones.
Help me, guys!
You can't roast yourself.
Why did you
No.
say that?
It's just a 3. It's just a,
Oh,
it's just a 3.
Seabog's still down. Seabog, so sleepy.
Sleepy.
Pull it together, Lacey. Okay, that will be the lair action. Venom does nothing to you. The snake. To see what he decides to cast. Not gonna hurt you. It's gonna
Okay.
be fine. That will be Pale Scales. Your death saving throw.
Come on.
Now 20.
7.
Okay.
Should have
Not
healed
looking
somebody.
good. Okay, guys. All right, that will be Madras.
Hit points on
Give
you
me
are
a death
useless. You're
saving throw.
invulnerable.
So all you gotta do is roll a
For 2 more
d20,
rounds.
and then yeah, 10 or
You have
higher.
another free round.
I know.
It was a bad move.
No, it wasn't.
14.
She had
Nice.
time to.
Okay,
She
good.
has
That's a
time.
pass.
She's fine.
Cool. That will be
It's action economy and efficient.
Lacey's turn.
Not to metagame.
The snake says, "Stop metagaming."
Yes.
No, I need it too.
It's okay. In dire situations, metagaming's okay.
Yeah.
Like if it stops a
Well, it doesn't
party
help
kill.
us. It doesn't help us.
You
It's rhetoric.
literally. I'm still mad at you. So.
That's not strategic thinking.
This is the guy who
That is
punches
not
bows.
And it
constructive.
sounds like I am no longer to blame if the party dies.
It is.
Okay.
Nobody wants to hit Seabug?
Swear to God, if I somehow live and
Lacey,
he's dead.
give me a wisdom saving throw. What'd you get?
14.
With a 14, you know as a spellcaster that sometimes spells that can force people to do things can be negated simply by damage.
Okay. I'm gonna run over and get heal skills up.
Okay.
I'm gonna cure wounds.
Oh.
You just got 12 back.
Oh.
You're up.
By the way, if you want to, like, let's say you had a potion
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to simply, like, ingest. If you want to ingest it, it's going to be an action. If you
Mhm.
want to, like, just huck it, I'll say it's an object interaction.
Okay.
Just.
I know.
Okay, that will be. Anything else, Lacey? Okay, Kairos is going to go ahead and take a hit. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not in initiative order.
You
No, you
are.
still stick
have the same
initiative. Yeah.
After I get back up.
I'll
Yeah.
say no. Well, yeah. Well, even while you're down, you're still in initiative.
But
So
I took my initiative, failed my saving throw, and then she healed me after.
Yeah, you're still in initiative.
you're gonna still be in your same. That's just when your turn is.
Okay.
But I'm just figuring out if he would try and hit you or try and hit Lacey.
Oh, I
I
see
think-
you. I get you.
I'll give him. We'll take a wisdom or intelligence. Oh, is that intelligence? That's an 8. He's gonna try and hit you, Lacey.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Cool. So he is going to whack you. Does nothing. And that will be Seabag. Get up, baby.
I swear to God, Seabog does. I'm gonna cry. Believe I'm gonna cry.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
that's a 4.
Oh no.
I thought it was a 1 for a second.
It's still scary.
I know, but like I thought it was over.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
So you're 2 fails?
I'm at 2 fails and 2 successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
chance I'm
Ooh.
There's a
done.
chance you're out.
You
Ooh.
can stabilize me.
How?
It's a medicine check.
Yes, you could stabilize. Anybody up could stabilize him with a successful
Or give
medicine
me
check.
advantage on that?
I don't think so.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. No, I'm like,
Yeah, no, I just
Yeah,
don't know if
medicine
it's even
check.
possible.
I'm like,
But you definitely could give him
My
a
medicine's
medicine check and try and
You should check
just
yours.
stabilize him.
But you're down, correct?
Which would be
I am down
a
to
lot
it.
better than dying.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. I mean, because
I have a +5.
I have
with you do have a lot of items and potions and stuff available to you. So elongating the battle isn't the worst case scenario.
Mhm.
But yeah, obviously if a player dies, then that's a whole bag of cats. So
Yep. Back cats. I can
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still technically out of
No, I know, but I can.
commission if I.
Is Kairos nearby?
He should be right now.
Cairo, yeah, you're pretty close.
Within 30 feet?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not that bad. From a dead body, you just hear. It's not that bad.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on Kairos.
Cool.
Because I am angry.
Angie.
You kicked me!
All right.
It's my least favorite limb to be struck with.
Make a ranged spell attack.
Plus 8 to a d20. 14.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Sorry. Bad rolls.
Can you do any
Really?
other
Yeah.
any other
Sure,
thing?
me.
For my bonus action, I'm gonna convert.
Get you to a cantrip.
That was a cantrip.
Oh.
Are cantrips bonus actions?
No.
And then some spells are, but they have to say explicitly.
Yeah. I'm gonna convert 5 sorcery points into an additional 3rd level spell slot.
Oh hell
As a
yeah!
bonus action.
Okay, cool. Oh, but you can't use it yet. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're getting close to Seabog. I'm so scared for Seabog right now.
We don't get to figure out the story.
That will
You can stay.
that will be Madras. Go ahead and roll. Roll that 20.
18.
Okay, well it's a save.
I'll
So
take
you
it.
only need one more, and then you'll pop back up at 1 HP.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's either 1 or 0. It's 1. That will be Lacey.
I'm gonna go over and try to stabilize Seabog.
Okay,
It's a 15.
that passes.
Cool.
You go ahead and
Okay.
stabilize Seabog. Seabog,
Excellent.
you pop up at
I pop
1
up.
HP because I'm essentially saying your stabilize is going to be it's like
Okay.
a save, right?
I'll take it.
So it's going to pop you at 1.
I'll take it. We take those.
So you're up. You're
take those.
the cold door of death was creeping upon you, and you said, "Oh shit, no!" and run back, and you're back. You're back in, but you are hurting.
Hurt him.
Bonus
boy.
action, I'm gonna circle spores. 2 of them. The snake.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
that's a bit-
And that's just automatic damage, right?
No, you have to roll 2 Constitution saving throws. They have to beat 14.
The snake got a 13, so he fails, and then the man of the hour, Kairos, what was it again? Constitution
Yeah,
gets a 12.
Oh, baby.
4 points each.
Okay, cool. You see the snake just kind of like recoils back, taking damage. The snake is looking hurt.
Mhm.
It is looking hurt. You hit Seabog, and Seabog, or sorry, it's not Seabog, Kairos.
Oh,
I don't know why
Seabog.
I'm mixing up all the monks today. You
All 2 of us.
yeah, you hit Kairos. You see Kairos kind of his eyes suddenly become clear, falls back, and it looks like something weird has happened. Not sure what it is yet. That will be Kairos' turn. Kairos, you see, kind of gets back up, and he just kind of rubs his head and he says, "Oh, where am I?" And just kind of looks around and says, "Seabog, what are you doing here?" And you basically know, you can tell that he's slightly back to himself.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like getting a grip of the situation, seems to not have a lot of idea of what's going on. But he sees the battle and kind of prepares himself for battle.
It's talking in action?
I'm going to say talking.
Yeah.
Talking action, no.
Are you one of those monks that knows healing?
He says, let me check.
I'm also no longer invincible.
I don't think you.
Oof.
I thought it was just.
That was my last
Oh, yeah, that was your last round.
Yeah.
Shoot. I don't think you can unless
He does not have
me.
anything that would
Okay.
let him. Yeah, some.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to like basically multi-class.
He's
But
not
his
a
spell
corpse
block
puncher?
does not have that.
God.
classing
Gosh.
monk
What's
and
that?
monk.
He's not a corpse.
I thought he was a healing monk, maybe. So I was
I
like,
think
Cool.
the only one is the one that I am.
I was like, maybe same school, So
So he, you see, he pops up, kind of assesses the situation. Seabog, you know this, but you guys don't. But he is a very capable monk.
Yeah.
And so he looks around, high level monk, and he kind of looks around, assesses the battle, realizes what's going on, and he springs into action, not really being able to do anything to heal. He's going to go ahead and make some moves against the snake. So he goes, Seabog, I'm so sorry. We'll talk about this later. And he's going to go ahead and attack the snake. And so let's see what he gets here. Nat 1. You see, immediately gets up, slips because he's still kind of getting it all together. Gets back up. That is an 18 to hit, and it does hit. And that is going to be not a lot. 1, 5, 6 plus 4. That is 10 damage. Snake's looking pretty hurt. And then he's going to do a fiery kick, which is a 26 to hit. Definitely going to hit. Not a lot. He does 4. No, I'm sorry. He does 8 damage. So this guy is down. He's looking tough, actually. He's looking rough, I should say. This snake is not doing well. It's kind of hissing. You see all these wounds and stuff bleeding. He's taking a beating, for sure. And Kairos looks over to you, Seabog, and says, Seabog, my apprentice, finish him.
I'm gonna try. I'll do what I can. That's a miss. Good lord, that would have been a dead Seabog. That's still a miss. I'm gonna spend my last key point for stunning strike.
Nice.
It's, I think I hit, and then you have to make a save of something. At 5th level, I can spend a key point, a Constitution save if I hit you. It's cocked between 3 and 16.
Right.
That's I'm assuming an 11 won't hit it.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay. Does that mean I lose my key point?
It's okay, I got 2 of you up.
Yeah.
No, if I hit, I can spend a key point. Okay.
Well,
Okay, that is the
She did try
layer
to blind
action.
the blind guy, so-
Goes ahead. Everyone roll a everyone near him. So everyone, what did you do?
I cast a ray of frost on Kairos.
Okay, you're far away. You're far enough away. You both are right next to the snake. On its layer action, it's gonna spit poison at you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I can't.
Seabog, you just go down.
I can't. Like, I can't.
I'm
Right?
sorry.
That's not a spell,
That's-
is
No, it's
It's
a
just
layer
poison spit.
action. Yeah.
That is a... What the fuck is my constitution? Plus 2, 18.
That passes. So you're gonna take half damage. It's
Okay.
actually it's really not a lot.
But
You
more
actually
than
you
one.
take 0 damage
Fuck yeah!
because you rolled a 1 and
Fuck
half is
yeah.
gonna roll.
Wait.
down.
Can I try to save it then? Because if I can save that, and it was
Yeah,
a 1,
sure.
Please.
I'm
Fill them
like,
up, it's good and holy.
con?
Yeah.
It's
It's just gotta pass a 10.
It's a 10. Or actually, it's 11 because my last
Okay, you're up, Seabog. Seabog,
No.
holding in there.
Holy
Now it's the
buns.
snake's turn. Snake uses its 1 remaining 5th level spell to cast Dominate Person on Kairos.
As a reaction, Pale Scales announces, I hate scaly things that cast a bunch of spells. It's super fucking annoying.
that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was about to pull out counterspell, and I was like,
I cast counterspell.
Yay!
Okay.
19.
Nice. Okay. The snake kind of like, its eyes start glowing. It has not been rolling its blindness, but either way, its eyes glow. And as it's about to cast a spell, Pale Scales, you put up your hand, cast counter spell, and it kind of like fizzles out. And you'll see the snake just looks very kind of surprised and confused by this. You see for a split second, Kairos, like the imagery of him being dominated, and for a split second, he looks like he did a second ago. You guys realize that he was always dominated before. He was being dominated. That's what was happening before. As you kind of see that come back and then quickly flush away as you cast Counterspell on it. That would be Pale Scale's turn now.
Mm-hmm. I am going to use my last remaining 3rd level spell slot, which I got with my sorcery points, to cast Fireball on the snake.
There are people.
Are people within 20 foot of it?
Oh,
Yeah,
we are.
very much so.
we are.
Just so you know, this snake is looking very hurt.
Okay.
You assess it probably doesn't need a lot of damage to go down.
Then what I will do instead is I will cast...
I'll throw the Elixir of Golden Fire.
Yes. So I will cast
Black
Fireball.
Black potion, go.
Yeah, so I cast Fireball.
I do it anyway.
Your party's in range. Your party's in range. Your party's in range. I'm going to cast Ice Knife at the 1st level.
Okay.
And that is +8. So it's 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And it is 1d10 of piercing. Which one is that?
It's just like nice, the one that blows up too.
There you go.
Yes. 4d10 of piercing, and then you have to make a dexterity saving throw of 16.
The 4d10 happens anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
Four.
4.
Roll
He
that.
rolled-
It's just
he
a
rolled
four.
a 4.
The
Oh, it's a four
It's just a
damage?
He rolled
Yeah.
a 4.
How do you want to kill him? He had literally 1 health point left.
Oh my god.
I aim the knife of ice
I roll that.
directly at like the open mouth of the snake so
Yeah.
that it punctures out through the back of its head.
Oh,
like
shit.
A big
Whoa.
icicle spike
Yeah.
through it.
And
Then it detonates and blows its fucking skull.
Yeah, you cast this ice knife. It goes like straight through the snake's mouth. The snake, it takes a second to even react to it. It's just so sudden. It kind of looks like nothing happened to it, and then just kind of stops. Its eyes just kind of blood just kind of spores out as it just explodes. You see blood erupt from the back of it after the knife had already hit the wall. There's like a delay,
Very
anime
anime.
style. Yeah.
Yes.
It just kind of hisses and just kind of waves back and forth and eventually crashes to the ground right by like the opening. You can still get through, but it just crashes lifeless on the ground. He's dead. Kairos is no longer dominated. However, you still do have death saving throws. So make a death saving throw.
I got a
Nat
nat
20.
20.
Oh, hey, wow.
We
That's
got
the perfect time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Couldn't come in
Jesus.
earlier.
Nailed it.
Cool. Madras, as soon as the chaos is kind of ended, you kind of steel yourself. Right at the end there, right before you pop back up, you see this dark figure that you remember from your dreams. It's kind of like sticking out a hand and this green energy in the background as you kind of steal yourself away. And it looks like it's getting more farther in the distance. And then you kind of, light comes through, you open your eyes and you pop back up. But it reminds you of that nightmare that you've had before. Cool. You get back up, but you are at, basically 1 HP. So you're very hurt. Everyone's kind of just like licking their wounds right now. And you see Kairos, you haven't, since his last attack on the snake, he's not kind of right next to you guys anymore. And you notice, Seabog, that he's in the middle of the chamber by the dark orb on the pillar. And he's just kind of staring at it.
What is that?
You ask him that?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
He says, Seabog, this is why I came here. This is a Palantir. This will give me the answers to what I'm wondering. Why Bjorn no longer shows his face. Why the dwarves are building massive weapons in an army. I need to know what's happening.
We might know that second.
You see he puts his hand on the orb. As he does, you see this orb just kind of erupt in light. It's illuminating. I mean, the hall was already kind of mystically illuminated, but suddenly it is like a sun is in the middle of the room. It is just, just destroying your retinas. And as that happens, you see Kairos just scream in pain, and you can just barely see, as you're already looking at him through the light, you can barely kind of make out he kind of like recoils back, and his eyes blacken, and you see smoke coming out of his eyes, and then suddenly this arcane like explosion of light kind of sucks back into the orb. He lets go of the Palantir and falls to the ground.
I run over to him.
You run over to him. You see he just blackened holes where his eyes were, and just smoke kind of like still sizzling from it. He is alive,
Okay.
but he is in like critical condition.
This is why we don't touch things.
I
In
investigate
here.
the snake body.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go ahead. Give me an investigation.
Oh, no. Actually, no, don't touch it. I
I'm
grapple
just
him. I
investigating.
grapple
I'm
him.
just investigating. I said
Do
nothing
you
about
want to
touching.
actually grapple him?
If he's gonna touch it, does he look like he's gonna touch it?
I didn't say anything about
No,
touching.
just investigating. I'm gonna say you're able to investigate without touching.
Fine. Then no. I'm not going to.
13 plus 6?
Cool. You see this, and you kind of examine it in its form. You had a suspicion, and you realize that it is what you suspected, and this is a spirit naga. And this is basically this large, snake-like monstrosity construct thing, almost. It is like a living being. It's just basically this big monster who a lot of times you see them in places protecting something of great value, and in places of high concentration of dark magic and dark energy. But you know, basically, as you examine this, and from the encounter that you just had, obviously it's got large fangs it uses to bite, but also has the ability to cast spells, and that's where it's most dangerous. You also know, like a lot of serpents, it does have a rejuvenation ability, but it's a very long span time. And you got I think a 19, you said? You even know, as you've, we'll say, heard about these before in the past, you've heard that they actually do come back to life, but it takes days. So they do kind of reincarnate, unless killed a very particular way, but you don't know exactly how it is.
Okay.
But yeah, very large, evil, chaotic, evil monstrosity.
Wow.
And you see Kairos just spits up blood.
Oh,
It's
oh,
in very bad condition,
Oh.
going downhill.
I'm gonna heal him with my last key point.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I mean, can I just hit him?
Try-
I mean,
yeah.
I technically have to hit him. Do I have to try to hit him?
Try to heal him.
Okay. I got that 20 to heal.
Wow.
Is that what he needed?
This is tough. This is tough because
I mean, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna like fix his.
no.
Eyeballs.
His eyes come
I'm not gonna
back.
fix
So-
his eyeballs.
So this is as you're punching him, you can tell that this is some kind of essentially curse that is like affected him. A very high level, right? With a nat 20 though, you do stabilize him. He
Man,
looks
we take
like
those.
he's still, to survive, he still needs medical attention,
Mhm,
but it's
of
not
course.
critical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if he didn't get medical attention in the next few hours, he could still die,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the next few minutes.
Yeah. If it matters, he gets 9 health.
Yeah, it kind of, it's tough. You've stabilized him
Yeah.
with that nat 20,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's,
Like I said, if it
yeah,
mattered.
he's still basically at 0,
Mm-hmm.
unconscious.
No, that's fair. Like,
Did not expect a nat 20 there.
I didn't either.
Never do.
Definitely helped him though. Definitely helped.
Sweet.
Is there anything else in this crypt with us?
You look around, and even without, because you just basically, you kind of, besides Kairos, you basically have kind of unlimited time now. I mean, you look around, you just see that same symbol, the symbol of Cyric, I believe.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
god of
God of treachery.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. And so you see that symbol kind of like engraved all around, but you do not see anything else other than the hole that the Naga came out of, and you can see under the this kind of like tunnel-like thing that it must have like kind of crawled under. But you can kind of see that it lives underneath this and it probably bursts out whenever there's any kind of intruder. You do actually notice as you look around that on the other side of the room there is another hole, and you can interpret that this is probably from when he arrived when Kairos got there, and he broke through the barrier to get Kairos, went back under, broke out again when you guys arrived. Kind of a defensive construct or monstrosity that guards the Palantir.
Less than killing.
Okay.
So now you guys are sitting in here with the Palantir and a pseudo-dying Kairos.
Pale Scales asked Kairos if he saw anything.
Kairos is out.
Can't talk
he's
at all.
down.
He's like unconscious and like bleeding out basically real slow because of your nat 20.
Got it.
But it's very high level dark curse affected him.
We might need to get out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. First things first, let's get out of here. Do I know that we have a few days because of the Naga being...
I know that.
You would know that.
Yeah, he would, but...
Before it rejuvenates?
Yeah.
You don't know how long it would take, you just know that it would eventually get back
Okay,
up.
that's fair. But, okay, so we need to get out of here.
The more pressing timetable is Kairos.
Yeah. I'll carry him out. No touching things while we're leaving. Both of you.
The Palantir is there.
Palantir is there, but we can come back for it.
Well,
And
I'm
I-
worried about that.
I need to rest.
Yeah.
I can.
We were able to take care of it while hurt, and also against Kairos.
I have Mage Hand, and
If-
I could be able to pick it up and maybe put it in the bag of holding if it won't
We do have the bag of
destroy
holding. Okay.
what's in the bag of holding when it's in there.
Okay, we have the bag of holding. I
Is
forgot
that
about
something you guys would want?
There's really nothing in the bag of holding.
Honestly, besides what your potions the one potion I gave you,
Yes.
The one last one?
Which I can put in my backpack.
which you can take out if needed. Yeah,
Um,
okay. I'm okay with that. I
Okay.
forgot about the bag of holding.
Cool.
What's the max range of Mage Hand?
30 feet.
Everybody
I-
else should get out of the room first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take him.
I might ask. Oh no.
Is there one way into the room, one way out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should all leave and then let her do that thing.
Okay.
I do worry because I am at 1 health. If this does backfire in some way, I'm down as well.
Mhm.
Do we have a way for
And
this?
you also know that you could permadie if something really strong happens.
Exactly. Do we have any healing available?
I
We used
now
up our
no
spell
longer
slots?
have any.
We don't
I
have
healing.
don't have anything.
Nothing.
We
I
don't
have
have-
nothing. I can only stabilize.
And even if we could heal you, that's not a guarantee. That
I know Mage Hand is a cantrip,
It is.
but how many spell slots do you have?
I had 3.
Oh damn. Cool.
So this would also be my last one.
No,
Mage
no,
Hand's a
no.
cantrip,
cantrips you can
doesn't-
use.
Oh,
Unlimited.
cantrips
I was just
you can use,
curious
yeah.
because your class just seems like something I want to play in the future.
Yeah.
Rogue is broken. Rogue
Yeah.
is-
Arcane
Well,
trickster.
Rogue with Arcane, yeah, especially.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so do you want to? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to leave the Palantir? Kairos definitely needs.
I'm definitely
Fair.
taking Kairos out of here. If you guys want to try to get the Palantir in the bag right now, you can. I think the better option might be healing
Just
and then
leave
coming
it
back.
and then come back.
I
But
think
it's up to you
that
guys.
I think that we can attempt something very quickly and see how it goes. Right?
Is it on something or is it just
It's just kind of on. Well, so it's just on this like pedestal.
Yeah.
like an
basically.
Indiana Jones list? Like,
Yeah.
You don't know. All you know is that when Kairos touched it, bad shit happened.
Mhm.
Big bad magic.
big
Mhm.
bad magic happened. Okay.
When he touched it, big bad magic. If I were to just slightly poke it, Pale Scales, if you position the bag of holding directly.
That's what I'm
in
planning.
there.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
I position the bag of holding open next to the podium,
I'm out.
and then I
I followed Seabog out of the room.
Okay.
exit the room
You
after
wanna be on the
placing the
back?
bag of holding on the ground. So we're all out of the room except for you. You
Mhm.
should stand the maximum 30 feet away
I'm
from
gonna
the
stand 30
Oh.
feet away, right next to the exit
Okay.
of the room, and I'm going to cast Mage Hand
Mhm.
and just poke it
Okay.
into the bag of holding.
Trying to nudge it into it.
Okay. You see this Palantir just kind of. It's like a bowling ball, basically, right? It's kind of like slightly big bowling ball. Just kind of rolls, falls onto the bag. Nothing happens. Now it's just sitting onto the bag, and you could take the bag now and carefully wind it back up.
I thought you were trying to say it's just sitting on the
just
bag.
it doesn't go in the bag.
Yeah.
It falls into the
open.
opening. You guys definitely had enough room for error there, where you could get it in there, and then so you are able to now, if you'd like to, carefully, like dog poop, pick it up around it so that it falls in.
I am
To the pocket dimension.
very weak. Pale scales on my
Nope.
desk. Oh, okay.
You have higher dexterity than me, and I have a fucking one hand, so I'm gonna let you do it.
You're able to do this.
Okay,
It's not
cool.
you're not gonna
It's
take
in the
a shot.
bag. It's in the bag. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Also,
literally, you have it in the bag.
Who has my hook?
Yo,
no
fuck
one.
your hook.
Let's go sleep.
Anyway.
You guys.
I'm
okay.
gonna cast fireball in
No.
the orb if someone doesn't give me my hook.
You guys
the bag.
exit the crypt, I'm assuming. There's nothing else in here now.
No
the big
bones
bad
about.
ball of magic.
Give me my bag.
You guys make your way up through the
It's
crypt.
in
I
here
will
with
not
the
have you go through the whole
Palantir.
crypt
You wanna-
again. But you guys exit the crypt.
You wrapped it up though.
I did.
It's all yeah. You
Yeah,
have it.
it's in the bag.
It's in the bag of holding. Yeah. Whoever's holding the bag of holding is totally fine. You see that, like you mentioned, it's in a pocket dimension. It is secure, and if it could corrupt anything, there's nothing else in the bag to corrupt. So, for now, it seems suitable.
I politely get the party's attention and go, "Give me my fucking hook back, or I'm gonna
I
reach
think-
into the bag of holding and touch the thing."
I'm pretty sure though we gave
Then
it back to
you
you as
die,
soon as we
not us.
You don't know that.
untied him.
You get
we
hurt.
didn't. Oh, we just kept it.
I will open it and
Okay.
throw it. Like dog poop.
So you guys take it, leave the crypt, exit out, and you are at the edge of the crypt. It is like basically like early morning. You can kind of hear the monastery in the distance, kind of waking up, people kind of moving to their shops and stuff like that, and going about their day. But you basically spent the whole night here, and I'm assuming you make your way back to the monastery.
Yes.
Cool.
I begin loudly screaming, "My hook! My hook! Where is my hook?" And I sit down and start sobbing uncontrollably.
As everyone else starts walking to the town, they leave Scales behind, screaming to himself.
I'm walking.
I want my hook!
I'm going.
Everyone moves to the town besides Pale Scales.
I want my hook!
Nobody can hear Pale Scales. He's no
I
longer
follow
in the
it within
distance.
hearing.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Real quick, where is the
Under Grace's head.
Oh, nice.
I want my hook!
Okay.
So you guys make your way back into town. As you get in there, you kind of see the bustling and stuff like that. Near kind of the edge of town is where Damasia's like kind of hut house is. You see that she's kind of like outside, just doing some like basic kind of like yard work kind of stuff. Really looking in the direction of where the crypt is, awaiting your guys' return. You see, she definitely looks like she didn't sleep at all last night. Probably concerned for all of you as well as Kairos. And then as you approach, she runs up to you, gives you a big hug, and then as she kind of like steps away, Seabok, she realizes Kairos is there unconscious, and she says, "Oh my gosh, is Kairos okay?"
We need to get him some attention.
She goes, "Okay, yes, I mean, it looks like he's breathing, but his eyes, Seabok."
Yes. He touched something. We just need to make sure he gets it first.
She nods and says, "Okay, yeah, time seems like it's of the essence. Let's bring him to the healers in the monastery. And I mean, if anybody can heal them, it's going to be that. They're pretty good at their job." So you see that she kind of guides you back into the monastery. You guys kind of approach this section of the monastery where you have a lot of healers and stuff, taking care of people with small injuries and stuff. You see, you bring him to the grand healer, kind of the primary, most high level healer there, and he looks kind of flabbergasted. He's like, "I've never seen something like this." We mentioned it before, but most, if not all, of the monks are Teiflings here, and the vast majority of them at least. And you see this tall Tiefling healer just says, "This is something I've never seen before. He's obviously cursed. Leave him here. We'll take care of him. I would check back in maybe in a little bit, but this is going to take some work." And he kind of gathers other healers and start mending, casting spells, and trying to work on Kairos. So you guys are kind of standing here as they're working on Kairos, and Demacia kind of looks back at you guys and says, "Okay, well, I guess that's much better than him or you guys dying in the crypt, so I guess I'm grateful. She looks down, she's like, I am really concerned about Kairos. She looks at you like, what happened in there?
He was not himself when we met him, and we fought a giant serpent thing.
She just kind of looks surprised. She's like, wow, that's definitely not what I thought would be in that crypt. She says, and that's what did this to his eyes?
No, there was something else in there, and he tried to get answers from it, and when he touched it, this is what happened to him.
She nods and says, okay. She's like, well, again, if anybody can help him, it's these healers.
Me too.
But she says, thank you for going in after him, all of you, and saving him. He's been gone for days. I'm sure he would not be back if it wasn't for you. She sighs, and then she kind of looks back up at you all and says, also, while you were gone, the Grand Council members have requested your audience. And Seabog, you know this to be basically the essential government of this small, like, little village around this monastery. Basically, they're high-ranking, older, like, elders, and they're all part of the monastery monks, and this group of 5 kind of rule on decisions that pertains to, like, the citizens of the small, like, settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So very, like, older, wise people, kind of like a Supreme Court like vibe, right? And so she tells you that they came back over to my hut last night in the middle of the night, asking for you, and I was surprised. I didn't realize that anyone knew you were here. They've been asking me about Kairos for a while, and I've been careful not to tell them because not knowing what would happen if they knew that he went to this Forbidden Crypt. But I was worried, and I did mention that you had been in the Forbidden Crypt, just because I wasn't sure if you would need help. They didn't seem angry, but more concerned, and they want an audience with all of you.
Do you think we can rest before we do?
She says, I think that's okay. They, it wasn't, I don't know how much they care for, punishing, and more so they're concerned and worried and want to make sure that any maybe evil from this crypt has not been, exercised. But she says, of course, but come back to my hut and I think you all should rest. You look worse for wear. Especially looks at, who's at 1 health point?
Me.
Oh, and you, Madras, and you, yeah, okay, so looks at both of you like, yeah, you guys do not look good. You should most certainly rest. So you guys go back to her hut and rest, I'm assuming?
I'm sleeping. I'm literally going in my shell and passing out.
Long rest, please.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, you were able to go back there and get a long rest. As you guys are resting, she she starts preparing food and stuff like that, and kind of trying to restore you up. You also have a little bit of downtime, and this time it's not a super urgent rush. You need to see the council probably today at the very latest, but you have some time. So if you'd like to do anything else with this time, you have it.
Okay.
And before, as we're figuring out what we want to do in our downtime, as you guys are asleep, Matters, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. It's a nat 1.
Madras, as you fall asleep, as soon as it kind of feels like you fall asleep and like you kind of like your head kind of tilts back, you suddenly feel like you're falling, and you just kind of feel like this like endless falling sensation, and then this dark, ominous figure with this glowing green aura appears in front of you, looking essentially like a giant to you. And he says what he had told you before, and he says, "We have much work to do, little one." And he reaches out a hand and touches your forehead. And as that happens, you wake up.
Okay.
You are not sure what exactly has happened.
Is this still a time that I can try to sleep again?
You still get your long rest.
Okay.
Yes, you still get your long rest. It's just something
That happens.
has
during
happened
it.
in your dream, and
Well,
you're not sure what it is exactly.
Is this still like the middle of the night?
No, we're
No, actually, it was
It's
early morning when you
Oh.
guys came back and went to sleep, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you had to drop off Kairos.
It's like
So
one or
it's
two.
like in the afternoon, yeah, 1 or 2 or 3 or something. You're able to get your full long rest. You wake up, kind of look around. Everything seems normal, but you know something has happened, and you are not sure what it is.
Okay.
However, it's been a couple days. You do start to piece your history back together. You remember a little bit more, and you start to piece together that, you were, again, captured by the Circle of Fire in a way, used against your will, possessed to do their bidding. You're not exactly sure what that was. But you start to remember names and figures of your past, and essentially, your history up until when you were captured by the Circle of Fire, you slowly, gradually remember as like in the next hour or so as you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to kind of get an idea of who you are, your backstory, and your whole life before your run-in with the Circle of
Right.
Fire.
Okay.
So essentially now you're no longer an amnesiac.
Right.
You're kind of piecing it together, except for just your relationship with the Circle of Fire.
Okay.
The rest of you rest. And awake your own individual times, being long rested, fully healed. Pale Scales, you do still have this throbbing in the back of your head, but you don't feel like it's a wound necessarily. It's just something strange. And you have a little bit of downtime as you eat the food, the lunch that your friend has made for you. Anything you'd like to do in this downtime?
Who is available for us to speak to in the town?
So everyone's available. From what you've seen, it's the town is it's 2 or 3 in the afternoon right now. So everyone's out and about. You could essentially talk to anybody. It seems like a pretty peaceful settlement from what you gathered, and Seabog has told you that. You obviously have Seabog's friend, which I already forgot, Demacia, who has been kind of helping you guys, so you can always talk to her. But there are the healers. You have to go to the council. You have some stuff you have to do, but you could also find people if you're looking for a specific profession.
Is there a library or a history buff in the town?
Maybe you could ask Seabog or Demacia.
Maybe I'll go to Demacia real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool. You totally blow off Seabog, and you go to Demacia, and she says, "Yeah, are you feeling better?"
I'm feeling okay. Yeah. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about the crypts that exist within this town. Do you know anything about their origins?
She says, "Well, the Forbidden Crypt is really the only one here that is of any interest, right? That the rest of the crypts here are just kind of standard burial crypts where dead have been buried to rest. The Forbidden Crypt is the one that has this history of corrupting and trickery and dark magic, and that's why we always try to stay away from it. But that's really as much as I know. Honestly, you all probably know more about the crypts than I do now."
Okay. Thank you.
She's not. Is there anything else I can help with?
That's all for right now.
She nods. And goes back to kind of preparing the remainder of the meal. Cool. So you guys wake up. You're feeling rested. Everything's recharged. You know that Kairos is probably still being worked on. It's been a long rest, but it's not really super long to have really healed fully. But you know you have this town, has small shops and whatnot, and you also know that the High Council has explicitly asked to talk to you, and you should definitely do that today if you don't want to, upset them.
Can I have my hook? Please. They need both hands. And they don't have a second hand.
I have maybe a better idea. Can we take a little trip to a blacksmith?
Sure, there's definitely a blacksmith in town.
Yeah.
There being monks, it's definitely not the most elaborate. Like you probably could have found a crazy talented blacksmith in like Rune. But in here, it's probably more simple weapons. But there is definitely a blacksmith, weapons and armors and steel and whatnot. So yeah, you definitely know where this blacksmith would be. It's kind of near the dock. You can you walk by, you see your ship kind of sitting there at the port. And the boat, sweet release. And you can approach this blacksmith, who you'd probably know by now, because it's again a small settlement. So you walk into this blacksmith shop. I'm guessing everyone goes.
I'm at least taking Pale.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else wants to go with me.
Cool, Lacey.
I'm gonna try to find a potion specialist.
Okay, cool. So you go off kind of looking for a potion specialist, and kind of go off in your own direction. The rest of you guys go to this blacksmith. You walk in, you see this buff-ass tiefling in basically a wifey, just smacking some metal, grunting, brushing sweat off his.
That is the weirdest shirt I've ever seen, and it looks sick.
I look at him and he's wearing the same shirt.
That's
so why cool. He's got such terrible AC.
So you walk in, you see this blacksmith kind of hammering this metal. You know this tiefling to be this 40-year-old tiefling, very man's man kind of guy, very friendly though, and always liked you. His name is Targan. As you walk in, and he can't see you. His back's to the wall as he's kind of pounding this steel.
My man Targan.
You see he kind of stops hammering, looks up, brushes some sweat away, turns around and says, "Seabog, it's been a little bit. Where you been?"
Went on a little adventure. Came back a little bit sooner than I'd like. Not gonna be for long, but I need you for hopefully 2 items.
He nods, says, "Yeah, whatever you need."
First thing, I need to get my man here. I pull him. He needs some better armor. Something.
He nods, says, "All right, yeah. Why are you showing me the stub here?"
That's later. First, I want to get you some better armor.
It's gonna have to be armor that I guess
hold on
would fit a stub.
No, not
yet. I don't
yet.
have a full arm.
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
I need a chest piece.
Okay, he's like, "Yeah, let's see what I got." You see, he kind of marks up Pale Scales, kind of looks at him, just kind of turns him a little bit, kind of looking at him, trying to piece together what kind of armor might be best for you. Kind of looks, he's like, "Well, you don't really seem to be much of an armor kind of adventurer, do you?"
No.
He nods and says, "All right."
I like naked.
He's like,
or close to naked.
He's like,
or dirt.
"Okay, all right, fair enough." You see, he goes back and he says, I definitely, it's not normal kind of stuff, but I do have something that might be of interest to you. And he kind of looks at Seabog and says, this is definitely something I was kind of waiting to sell to, the right kind of person. But, Seabog, we go way back. Okay, this is on the house. I also talked to Demacia. I heard you guys were at went to the crypt to save Kairos.
The taboo trough.
He nods, says, "Yep, as we call it," and just kind of looks at Seabog like, "Who is this guy?" And he says, "You know what? As a favor to Seabog, I got you covered." And kind of goes in the back. You see he kind of rustles through some stuff, and you hear heavy metal falling over this a steel armor just falling to the ground, and hits him in the head. He goes, "Oh, come on!" And kind of pieces through stuff. He's like, "I know I have it in here somewhere." Comes back out. You see he pulls out this this. He kind of has like this grayish like cloth, and picks it up and kind of holds it out, and it looks to be a wife beater. And he says, "Now, this may not look like much," he says, "but it's light, and it's going to give you +2 to your AC. For Seabog, this is on you."
Love it.
And he goes ahead and like kind of fits you for it. And it's a little baggy. You can tell it's probably closer to someone like his size. But overall it fits. It's comfortable. It's loose. And that's going to add +2 to your AC. And he says, "Seabog, doesn't surprise me that you'd use a favor on a friend, but anything I can do to help you guys." And just says, "Anything else, I'd probably go out of business if I gave it away for free, but I do have stuff I'll give you a family discount on."
Do you think you can make some kind of hand for
He
him?
sits there and says, "A hand."
Something. Maybe not. Definitely not a hook.
He sits there. He says, "Well, I can make a hook." He says, "A hand. I mean, I could make a hand. It would take a while."
It doesn't have to be functioning. Just something kind
He's
of.
like, "It definitely wouldn't function."
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, "That sounds like more kind of an arcane thing if you
Yeah.
wanted that. But maybe I can make you a hand, and then if you find a powerful mage or something in the future, maybe he could enchant it and make it functioning, perhaps. But that's all beyond me. I don't know."
No, don't blame me, man.
Can you make it like bladed?
He like says, "Like you want a blade on your hand?"
Like a sharp hook,
Or
or a long blade if it hooks too hard.
he's like, "I could make a hand, or I could make a blade." He's like, "It'd be kind of hard to make a hand that would eventually function, and a blade." He's like, "That might be tough."
But you can make a hand that would eventually be able to function.
Yes, he's like, "I think I can make a hand for you. It would take a little while, but I can make a hand, and it could, if you found a powerful enchanter, wizard or something, they might be able to enchant it to make it work and be functional again."
Sounds good to me.
He's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, let me get to work on that. It's gonna take a little bit. I definitely haven't made a hand before, but I think I can do it." And he just kind of pulls out some like iron and stuff and kind of just starts smithing away. And he's like, "Obviously, take a look around the shop if there's anything else. But this is gonna probably take up a lot of my time."
Yeah. How much is it gonna cost me, man?
He's like, "Well, this is definitely different. I'll just charge you for the materials, honestly, just so I don't go out of business." He's like, "I'll charge you 10 gold for it."
Ooh.
And if you guys need to come by later to pick it up if you have more on you or something, that's totally fine. He's like, "But it'll be here whenever you're ready."
Okay. Cool.
Cool. So he kind of goes back and kind of starts banging away at that. We'll cut away to Lacey. Lacey, you're looking around. Did you ask anybody where a potion shop would be, or did you want to be a little more sneaky?
Sneaky.
Okay. What did you tell the group as you went away?
I'm gonna look at the group and I'm gonna say, "I need to be alone right now because I just saw you all die yesterday, or this morning, whatever it was, and I just need to think for a minute, and I'll be back." And also, I don't do well with my thing isn't weapons. My thing is magic. So I want to figure out if I can. I used a lot of potions yesterday. I need to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So let me go find some stuff.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check with advantage, because there's a lot of truth in there.
Oh, thank God for that advantage.
Oh my God. Okay.
Was that 18?
It's over. That's a
It's
19.
19.
It was a 5.
Yeah, charisma. It's just 19
Good.
flat.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so if anybody wants to kind of, try to dive in there, see if there's anything, you could roll an insight against her charisma. But if not, then...
Wait, what's that?
So she rolled a charisma to tell you guys that she needed to go be alone, but she's actually going to a potion shop. So you need to see if you would actually know that if you want to roll a insight against her 19 charisma.
Seabog is totally like, take your time.
Yeah.
Please say hi to people. They're great here. And,
Nope, okay.
It's an insight check?
and, like,
10.
Seabog's totally.
Okay, yeah, so everything seems normal. What she tells you makes perfect sense. She did watch you guys basically die. It's pretty heavy. She was kind of alone there for a second. And yeah, she's not really, weapons and armor is not really her thing as much, so she kind of goes off to be alone, and you guys go to the blacksmith, so everything kind of seems above board. Lacey, you go through. It's a little bit harder to find than if you had asked somebody, obviously.
It's right across the door.
As you walk through, you see, you kind of walk around, and you do see a shop that has some potions in it. You, just from the outside, it's either a general store with potions, or it's maybe a very small potion shop that sells other things. But it's got some potions in it if you want to try going there.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay. So you go in there, you're greeted by this nice old tiefling woman and says, "Oh, how can I help you today?"
I'm looking for interesting potions.
She nods and she says, "Okay, interesting. What kind of interesting? I don't have much, but I have a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but maybe I can, fit you with what you need. Looking for something to cure health or make you stronger?"
I need something that's going to help me protect my friends.
She nods and she says, "Okay, let me see what I have." Actually, she pulls out 2 different blue potions and then 1 pink potion.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "All right,
What else
well,
did we buy with it?
these 2 blue potions are kind of the same vein. Maybe would be helpful
we
in
need
some
heal. I
regards.
think
It's
it'd be
kind
a
of
good idea.
specific," she says, "but one of these will give you, essentially give you gills and allow you to water breathe for a short amount of time. And this other one will help you if you ever need to maybe make a hasty escape. If you drink this, it will teleport you to the nearest body of water." And she says, very specific, I know. We don't get a wide variety here. She says, "But this pink one," she brings out, "this is a love potion. I'm not sure if that would help, but it's the only other one I have here, so I wanted to give that to you."
How much are each of these?
The 2 blue ones are going to be 30 gold each, and the pink one will be 50 gold.
I can't afford anything.
And you can tell it's a small settlement. Potions are definitely a commodity here, so it is or a luxury, I should say. So of course she kind of has a corner on the market, which might inflate prices a little bit.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have my robe of useful items.
Okay.
There are 12 bonus patches that I have on there.
Okay.
And they could all be money.
Okay.
Can I roll?
Sure.
Yeah, we still haven't rolled to see what
Yeah,
I don't think you've pulled any of them yet, have you?
No, I've pulled one, and
Okay.
it was in the cave.
Got it.
I pulled one of the lanterns.
Right.
But we still
But I
don't
knew
know.
what that was.
So you have 19 left, right?
Yeah, but 12.
But 12 of them
random?
are unknown.
I thought we
Right.
know.
I'm sorry,
them
I gotta look
in
up the-
advance.
No, I know. So I have 2 daggers, 1 bullseye lantern, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole, a hempen rope, and a sack. Actually, I have 2 of each of those, except for the bullseye lantern. I only have 1 of those. And then I have 12 bonus patches because we did 4d4 and I got 12.
And we
Right,
never
right, okay.
rolled.
So you have
We
like
never
those
rolled
small
for them.
items, and then you have the mystery ones.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what? Go ahead and roll
10
me.
gems worth 100 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
Oh, buns.
You're gonna have to roll me a D100.
No, it's okay. No, that's a ladder. That won't work. Okay, never mind. I just have a ladder now.
You just pull this badge, and instantly, as you pull it out, it just feels like you're pulling something from behind your back that there's no way it could have been there. And this ladder, it kind of like, as it pull it out, it just kind of whacks shit and starts knocking shit off the table. It's a big ass ladder, and you're a small person. You just kind of running around this ladder, and she's like, "I'm sorry, what are you doing? You're breaking all of my stuff."
I'm sorry. I thought it was money. Okay, well, I can't afford this, so I'm sorry for wasting your time. But can I ask you a question real quick?
She says, "Of course."
Have you ever seen a dangerous potion?
She says, "Sure. I'm not much of an alchemist myself, but I've seen dangerous potions before."
Have you ever seen a black potion?
She smiles and says, "I don't think I've ever seen a black potion before. What does it do?"
I have no idea.
She nods and says, "Well, generally, colors can tell you about what the potions are, and usually align with them. Blue and green, either being something of nature, water, grass, or whatever, and usually something along healing. She says, but more, less ordinary colors can be, more damaging. So, I mean, if there's a black potion I've never seen before, but my instinct would be that it wouldn't be a great one to keep around.
Lacey grabs the emerald that's underneath of her clothes and she says, my grandma told me about one a long time ago, and I was just wondering, and if I ever come across one, I'll be sure to stay far, far away from it. And she leaves.
Cool. Give me a deception check.
To a stranger?
To a stranger?
That
She might not.
wants her to
She might
leave.
not care, but you did lie. Blatantly.
9.
She just kind of nods and says, "Okay." She's like, "Yeah, well, if you ever find one, just be very careful." And just nods. You see, she's not gonna try to pry through your stuff or anything. You are a stranger. She doesn't care that much, but she realizes probably that you're withholding the truth a little bit. Okay, and so you leave the shop.
I'm gonna go try and join the rest of the group.
Time lines up well. You guys are both leaving your respective shops at the same time. Lacey, you're kind of farther away, so you see the group as they're just exiting the blacksmith shop. And you are all together in the middle of town. It's been probably a couple hours. It's like 4 or something. Starting to get closer to the end of the day, and you do know that you have somewhere to be, but you would have obviously an option of what you would like to do.
We gotta go see the old men now.
Everyone did what they want.
Yeah. The armor the blacksmith wouldn't be ready by now, right?
No,
No,
we
it's
just
gonna take
left.
a long
Yeah,
time,
we just
yeah.
left.
Then yeah, I think that would be
Alright.
the only point of
Lacey.
interest left.
Lacey picks up her hat and gives
You good?
Pale Scales back his hook.
Be part of
Pale
the
Scales.
unicorn?
Pale Scales.
Okay.
Thanks.
What's
Pale
up?
Scales.
You have a hook now.
You have a hook?
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. Been asking about this.
She gives you your hook.
I strap it on bitterly.
As you all are joined back together, you make your way toward the Grand Council. So, Seabog, you know where all this is.
Yeah.
You go into the monastery, kind of like the middle and the back part of the monastery, kind of like the heart of the building. And as you're walking through, of course, tons of monks walking around, recognize you, Seabog, but are also, you kind of realize they're kind of giving you like, they're not being impolite, but they're kind of like not suspicious of you, but kind of like, everyone knows you've been
What
to the
just
Forbidden Crypt. So
Yeah.
everyone's kind of like, not even so just like angry at you, but just kind of like does he have like an
Wary.
infectious curse or something?
Yeah.
Like, should I be wary of him? Yeah. So as you walk through, you slowly make your way to the council chambers, and as you make your way in there, you see Demacia is kind of like waiting outside, knowing that you guys are going to be there soon, and just kind of like nods and says, if you want me to go in, I'm happy to. I think they'll probably let me. They've been talking with me when you guys were there. But if you want to just kind of handle this yourselves, totally up to you.
You've done enough for us. Thank you. We'll take it from here.
She nods and says, "Okay, yeah, I'll be right here." So you guys go in, and as you walk in, you see these council members kind of conferring with each other, and then they see you, and you see this one in the middle, this old tiefling, wearing this kind of robe with slight like insignias on it to be kind of like showing that he's like the chief council member or whatever. And you recognize him to be Grandmaster Villarreal, and he greets you and says, "Hello, Seabog. Thank you and your companions for joining us. Please, if you will, have a seat. We have much to discuss." So you guys all take a seat. You're kind of in this big chamber, very kind of almost, it's monastery, but it's kind of looking, Supreme Court-esque. They're kind of sitting in there in front of you, facing you. But it's all, there's no decadence. They're monks. They live very minimalist lifestyle. So just 5 old tieflings in robes kind of like facing you. And they say, so our first order of business would be to talk about Kairos and the Forbidden Crypt. before we begin, Seabog, I'm sure you are aware of this growing up here, but this council does not exist to punish, but rather to keep the safety of the village and, of course, help with our wisdom in any way we can. The Forbidden Crypt is a very dark place. Not much is known about it, so naturally we would like to know what happened in there to decide if there's any actions we need to take to seal the crypt, or if it's something that would affect us even if we had done that. We really just need to know more information, and so we can assess what might be the best moves now that somebody has been in there. But most importantly, we have heard about Kairos and his affliction. Can you tell us about what happened there? And he looks at any of you to answer.
Lacey leans over and goes, "Do you want me to take this one, buddy? I'm pretty good at wrapping things up."
Get him, champ.
Guys, ready?
He says, yes, we are ready.
Okay, so we came here and we met a very nice lady, and then we saw that Seabog wanted to find his friend, and his name was Kairos, and he sounded weird. But we went into this crypt, and we didn't know what the puzzle was, but we somehow did it, and we went inside, and then we went in, and there was this big bone thing, and then this stupid one did some stuff, but we killed them, right? We killed them twice, actually. We're pretty strong.
You see one of the masters inside says, you said bone things. Was with these skeletons?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Skelly Bros.
Skelly Bros.
Yeah, and then I
then
had one.
You see one of the masters next to him says, Skelly Bros are what the youths call them. It's skeletons. I'm quite up to date on my lingo. He says, carry on, Broseph. And you just see the rest of the council members just look at him like, okay. Yeah, he does. Represent.
Lacey just looks and goes, and then I made one of them my friend, and then we went into this 4-way doors, and then we all fought each other. We didn't know we were fighting each other, and I got hurt really bad. But then the doors opened, and then there was a guy who went, "Oh, hi, Seabog," and it was Kairos.
Ah, yes, Kairos,
Yes.
of course, yes. Everyone nods like, yes, of
That's
course.
Kairos.
Yes, and then Big Snake.
He says, oh, a snake?
Big Snake.
Like a garter snake or a rattlesnake? What kind of snake was
Big
this?
Snake.
Big
Big bad magic snake.
Oh, okay. Big bad magic snake. Okay.
It's called the Spirit Naga.
They all kind of take a step back and they say, "Oh, okay. That is a very evil monstrosity." You can see they definitely are aware of this. They say, "Okay, wow. Is it still alive? Did it escape? What is the situation right now? Because that is a very dark being that we want to deal with."
When we found it, it was in the process of dominating one of your monks. And
He says, was this Kairos?
Yes.
Okay, yes, because Kairos was in there. And no one else was in there at the time, before you got there.
Correct.
Okay.
And we exploded its head. So you probably have a couple days time before it fully regenerates all the way back up.
You see they nod, and the Grandmaster, Villarreal, looks over to the side and says, to the Grandmaster all the way to the side, he says, or to the Master all the way to the side, he says, you know a little bit more about monstrosities. What can you tell us about a Spirit Naga? And he says, yes, well, what the Dragonborn says is very true. They will rejuvenate unless dealt with very high-level magic, incredibly high-level magic. He says, but usually within 5 to 6 days time is how long it would take one to fully regenerate. He says, but they usually don't go out looking for prey. They are normally guarding something. And so the Grandmaster, Villarreal, looks over, nods and looks over and says, yeah. Okay. He's like, well, that makes sense. Hopefully that's not anything of danger. He says, but was there anything of importance in this crypt? Anything that this large monstrosity would have been guarding?
They were guarding this. And I reach into my backpack and pull out one of the rusty daggers I took from that homeless guy back in Room.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
If I could give you double disadvantage, I would.
Okay.
This is...
While he's rolling that,
Let me. Yeah, sorry. I'm just
said-
rolling insight for all of these guys.
It is.
You have to beat a 23.
He's at
So
about 400.
17 is the first one, but I have to roll it with disadvantage.
Right.
And the second one's a 9.
Oh no. Okay.
So I have 17 as my lowest roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you see all of the grandmasters. Of course, it's very tough.
If no disadvantage, I passed it. But yeah.
You're rolling against 5 different insight checks, so it's
Right.
it's very tough
Yeah.
to
Oh,
lie
yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
And of course they have high intelligence and wisdom. You see some of them nod and say, "Oh, that's very strange." And you see Grandmaster of Villarreal just kind of like squints his eyes and says, "I do not believe that is true. Please do not lie to us, or we will be forced to take more intense action."
What proof do you have that I'm lying?
He says, "It is very apparent that a spirit naga would not be defending a rusty dagger."
It's delicious. And I lick the rusty dagger. And I'm like, it's so rusty. You want to try it?
Roll a d4 of damage. And then give me a Constitution saving throw. Just don't get a nat one.
So
Dysentery,
2
yeah.
and then 17.
Okay, you're fine.
Was it dysentery?
I was gonna be tetanus or something.
Oh, yeah.
It tastes so good.
It's
Have you rolled this? I already know you're lying. He looks over at Seabog and says, "Seabog, what? Please
It was-
answer us with honesty."
It was guarding some object that we didn't have the time to fully understand what it is. And Kairos touching the object is what caused his affliction.
They all kind of look concerned. He says, they kind of talk amongst themselves for a second. They say, "So there was a powerful object. What did it look like?"
It looked like some black orb.
You see, more concern growing among the council, and they say, "Okay, well, that does narrow it down. This could be many different things, but knowing the origins of this crypt and the dark god who it is assigned to, that sounds very much so like he'd be guarding the fabled Palantir, the one of the 3 dark objects that Cyric enchanted. At least it is spoken that is what has happened, but it is folklore as far as we know." You see another master over to the side kind of pipes up and says, "What other properties did this orb have? It was powerful, but in what ways? What exactly happened when Kairos touched this orb?"
Kairos said he was looking for answers with what's going on. And when he touched it, it just emitted a very bright light as if the sun were inside the cave with us.
You see they start to murmur, and they say, "And this is what caused the affliction and that blinded Kairos."
As far as I'm aware.
They nod, and the Grandmaster says, "You all have seen quite a bit of action, and the only people we know of, besides Kairos, who have seen the inside of this crypt, so I will be blunt with you. We are fairly certain that is the Palantir that is fabled upon Cyric enchanting with his dark magic. It is one of 3 objects spoken of that Cyric embodied with his own power, and that can possess great and terrible power, often at a cost. It seems with Kairos' affliction, his desire, from what we've heard from Demacia and others as he returned from the Dwarven Kingdom, he was looking for answers. It is fabled that the Palantir will provide answers to the past, the present, or the future, but at great cost. He says, "I fear this might be what Kairos was looking for, and the more I think about it, the more certain I am this is most likely a Palantir of dark magic from Cyric." They lean back and say, "Where is the Palantir now?"
I have no idea. I don't know, because I didn't watch them do this. And we have not spoken of the bag since. I said, I am leaving. You guys can do whatever you want with it. And I walked out.
Yeah. I don't think you did ever explicitly talk about it. He says, you don't know what happened to this dark magical object as you left the crypt.
I was more concerned over Kairos. I wanted to get him out of there.
Dude was doing a fat face bleed on the floor. It was pretty gross.
You see that he just, the Grandmaster says, this dark magic object is not something that would be easily forgotten about. So how would you not know if it was there? Did you leave it there?
That's what I meant. I don't, it's there. I didn't bring it with me, is what I'm saying.
He says, so you know that it is there?
It's still in the cave, yes.
Roll me a deception check.
Again!
You don't know if it's in the cave.
Shit.
If you want to reword it, you can, but you definitely don't know if it's in the cave. And to be fair, you don't know explicitly that they stole it, but you all did talk about taking it. You just didn't see them actually take it. So you definitely don't know that it's there.
I am not concerned of the presence of the orb. As far as I'm aware, it is where it was when I left.
And he nods and he says, okay. He's like, well, with the three of you being the only other people in the cave, did you leave it there? Did you take it? Did anybody else touch it? What happened to the Palantir? And he asks Lacey first.
I went with Seabog.
Okay. He nods and says, all right, that checks out. Looks over at Pale Scales and says,
He likes to ride my back.
and you are our Dragonborn friend.
On
What's,
my
did you leave the Palantir?
What is the word you're saying?
The dark, powerful orb that was there.
Palantir?
He says, yes, it is a Palantir.
And you want it?
He says, please tell us where it is. You are making it look more obvious that you might be hiding something.
I didn't not know where it is.
They sit there and say, and we see one of them says, wait, I can figure this out.
The young
He
one.
didn't not, yes, he's like, I am aware of the of the games of the mind that the youths play. You are not, say that again.
I didn't not know who want what.
That's different from what you said before.
Roll me a deception check.
Stop metagaming.
I think I know where it is.
He says, you think you know where it is.
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check. With disadvantage.
Just
because they're so
You're
skeptical of
so
you now.
bad.
What is that? Is that a...
2
Oh my god.
Nice.
Gotta be the 22.
He's not
and a
going to.
5.
Nice.
They know you're hiding something. And they say, we'll warn you one more time, if you do not tell us where the Palantir is, then we will have to take more serious action. And we have other things to discuss here, including the Tiefling village where you originated from.
What happened?
He says, one thing at a time, please.
No, we need to...
The Palantir is safe.
He says, where is it?
Where it should be.
It should be destroyed.
We can do that. You want to do that?
So you have the Palantir.
I know that we could destroy it.
He says, how would you
Can
plan
we?
on destroying it?
However you want.
He says, if you have the Palantir, please present it.
If I had it and I tried to present it, I would burn my own eyes out.
He nods and he says, if you have the Palantir, it would have already burned your eyes out unless you have it in some kind of safe object to hold it. Please present the safe object. We are very certain that you most likely have the Palantir now. You're being very suspicious.
So, again,
And you see the other guy goes, yes, this is mad sus.
again, if I were to present it, it would burn my eyes out.
He says, present the object that it is in.
I present my backpack. and I reach in and I take out the other rusty dagger that I stole.
He says, all right, we are not getting anywhere. We have important business to do.
Is this it?
Guards, please seize him. We will need to question him with magical means. This is a matter of most certainty. We do not like to use force on people, but unfortunately the well-being of everyone here is under... we're fearful of. He looks around and it says, unless anyone else would like to tell us what has happened with the Palantir, we will have to take him in for further questioning. He looks over at you, Mattress.
We don't know that we can trust them with the Palantir.
What would you
Says,
like?
so you admit you have the Palantir?
I don't.
Got him!
I admit that we can't trust you.
What would you like to do with the Palantir?
He says, we would like to most likely destroy it in a means that would prevent anyone else from being corrupted by it.
Is there no way that this could be useful to us?
He says, it is a item of dark magic created by a god of treachery. Its purpose is to bring pain and chaos to the world. We cannot trust it in any way, shape, or form. We should destroy it to make sure no one else is afflicted like Kairos was.
I have a different concern.
He says, wait, please hold on, Seabog. We need to handle this.
No, about this.
He says, please answer our question first, and then we'll get to your question second, Seabog. He looks back over at you.
Well, I would personally like to hear what Seabog has to say.
He says, God, all right, fine. Seabog, you have one thing you can say, and then we're coming back to you.
The serpent that we dealt with for the time being is trying to protect the Palantir, is what we're calling it. If it is not in there and it can't find it, the closest thing out of that tomb is our place. So I am not concerned with destroying it. In fact, I think destroying it would be the worst thing we can do.
You see they sit back. The Grand Master turns over to the Master over the side, who seemed to know more about monstrosities and monsters, and says, if, in fact, the Spirit Naga was defending the Palantir, and the Palantir no longer exists to defend, it would essentially have no purpose anymore, and would most likely stay where it is, as far as we know. We're not certain of this, but there's nothing more dangerous to us right now, even 5 Spirit Nagas versus a Palantir. He's like, in the wrong hands, the Palantir could bring immense destruction to the entire planet, the entire world, Angea as a whole.
But that's right, it's in the wrong hands. How do you know that these are the wrong hands?
Well, we should make it sure it's in no hands, and that's why we wish to destroy it.
Do you have a foolproof way of destroying it?
We have powerful mages who could work their best, and if not, we can bring it to Bjorn. We could bring it to anyone who might have more resources that we can destroy it.
But you've never destroyed one before.
He says, we have destroyed heavy, dark, magical objects before. A Palantir specifically, no, but we know the ways of destroying dark objects, and regardless, it should be in the hands of powerful, trusted sources who can destroy it.
Then I have one question. How long has this village been next to this crypt?
Hundreds of years.
And you've had powerful sources able to destroy magical artifacts for how long?
He says, we've had powerful mages here and who come by often. We have many resources. We are not necessarily able to deal with this just ourselves, but we would bring in other civilizations. We're not trying to take this on upon ourselves. We are trying to deal with this most rationally.
So why haven't you tried to destroy the Palantir until now?
He says, we have not ever approached the crypt in a fear of bringing any dark magic out, which is something we fear that you may have done, or Kairos may have done. And he looks back at you, Medris, and says, please, tell us what has happened with the Palantir. And if you guys would like, you can give a perception check or an insight check to see kind of their intentions and such.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
I guess you can do it with advantage because you literally, it's your hometown. You know these people.
I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Take your net.
Madras,
26.
you can tell with a nat 20, they are 100% sincere. and
They just
100%
wanna destroy it.
concerned. And you know that they might not possess the power to destroy it, but they have no signs of being power hungry or trying to manipulate anything.
They're just afraid.
They're just worried about it and the safety of the people. I mean, they do run a monastery.
I will show you the Palantir under
Well-
one condition. It cannot be presented to King Bjorn, and he cannot know about it. Because due to our experiences and the way that the three of us actually know Seabog, due to events we can explain given enough time, it's likely that he is involved with the same forces that are probably in support of Tirok, this god of trickery that created this artifact in the first place. So I think he would be the wrong hands to turn to if you want help destroying it.
You see, they look kind of concerned and troubled by this. They say, Bjorn is the savior of the realm, but I will admit we do not know him very well. If that is the matter at which we need to agree upon to deal with this Palantir, we can accept that. And you see they all nod, and you can do a roll, but you can tell that they're sincere. He says, I will have to insist, though, that if this Palantir is the Palantir that we think it is, as powerful as we think it is, I must insist that we keep it here, though, to try and at least find somebody who can handle this. Being on the road or with you, you seem, albeit sometimes deceitful, looks at you, Pale Scales, you did go into a crypt to rescue Kairos. You seem good-hearted. I worry that somebody may take advantage of you trying to steal this Palantir unless it's left here in a safe location.
What do you guys think?
I think we
I
give it
don't
to
know what
him.
you have.
I think we hand it over, but I would. My thing is that it could be a pretty powerful enemy against the dwarves and the Circle of Fire if we were to keep it with us. But it is a very large threat, and I would propose just petitioning it to be kept as a weapon in some way and like heavily guarded, or kept with us in the bag of holding.
I'm assuming you're saying this to yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're huddling.
We're in a huddle.
Yeah. Take 5 team.
He says, you see the Grandmaster says, how about this? We can leave the object in the container that it is in. It seems, as far as we can tell, to be as safe in the meantime as it can be, seeing as how none of you seem corrupted. The only one who seems to have been affected was Kairos. It seems like wherever it is now is relatively safe in the meantime, not long term. He says, we could keep it in that object and keep it here, and we can make an oath to not let it leave our monastery unless something we agree upon at a future time. He says, we can make an unbreakable oath if you wish.
Yeah.
They nod, and he says, okay. He's like, if that sounds good to you, then we will keep the Palantir here, keep it in its object, and we'll make an unbreakable oath. And you basically know that this is something that, if you break it, whoever broke it just
Perishes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously very serious. So you see, they all agree, and they say, all right, then we will make that. And so you see the Grandmaster kind of comes down, kind of reaches out his hand to shake it with you, Pale Scales. You shake hands with your good hand, and you see they bring in a mage, call him in. Who kind of places his hand over the top of yours. You see like this kind of mystical energy surround both your hands and kind of give you this like what are those tattoos? Those like the temporary
Henna?
tattoo. Yeah, like a henna
Yeah.
tattoo. It is permanent, but it looks like a henna tattoo. It's kind of subtle. Kind of overlays your hands, and as you let go, you kind of feel this magical energy that has activated, and you know that if they give up the Palantir, you know, this man will die.
Yep.
This a Tiefling will die. He says, "Okay, please present us with the Palantir, and we will immediately put it away."
I present the bag of holding.
Okay.
There's nothing else in
Yeah,
there.
we took it out before.
And I say, it's in here. It's a bag of holding. Do not reach your bare hand into it. When Kairos made skin-to-skin contact with it is when he incinerated. I think the only thing keeping me safe is the layer of cloth and the pocket dimension in between.
He says, "Yes, a bag of holding is a surprisingly powerful object, and it's helpful that you had this with you." You see, he takes it from you, and he starts to walk. Just kind of make sure to wrap it up. You see, he puts it into a another container, just to kind of hide that it's a bag of holding, kind of make it less obvious. And you see that he gives it to another grandmaster who kind of brings it off. You would know, Seabog, that there is obviously a safe area where probably
Like
underneath.
a protocol for
Yeah, that they would probably put this in. So one of them goes off to go drop that off. And you see that the Grandmaster kind of gives you like a head nod and says, "I thank you very much for trusting us. We do not wish to seek power. We're just trying to keep the realm safe." He says, "So, we have one other order of business." And he says, "Your town, the Tiefling settlement that you came here to tell us about. Demacia let us know that they are in danger and that they may need assistance, and that is why you initially came here for Kairos." And he looks at you, Seabog, and says, "And I don't want there to be any ill will between you and Demacia. I know you are close friends. We were very much so forthcoming about needing answers, and we did say that had she not been honest with us, we would have had to cast a zone of truth or something on her. So I hope this does not present any ill will. It's simply us needing to help solve these issues as we need to."
Never.
So he kind of goes back to the stand where all the other council members are sitting, and he says, "All right, well, bring in our wizard friend." And you see like the doors open to the side, and this tall dragonborn wizard walks in, standing at like 7 feet tall, very tall, like lanky, kind of looks kind of middle-aged, dragonborn wizard, kind of wearing like wizard robes and things like that, comes in. Everyone give me a perception check. Pale scales, give it with advantage.
13.
Perception?
Is it a 9 or a 6? It was a 6.
There's usually 14.
5.
A 5 with advantage? Oh my god. What did everybody get?
14.
13.
9.
Okay. You see that there is, as he's kind of wearing this robes, he has like a pin with an insignia on it. Nothing that you really remember. It kind of looks like a dragon tail in the shape of a circle. But that is it. Really not anything that you know about. He walks in, kind of like nods and says, "Thank you, council members, for having me." And as he sits down kind of in the middle, off to the side of you all, and the Grandmaster leans toward or faces you all and says, "All right, so we had heard that Kairos was very worried about the dwarves. Kairos is a very wise monk here at the monastery. We do not take his concerns lightly, and especially to convince him to touch such a dangerous object for answers makes us even more unsteady." He says, "Shortly after, we were told that you guys had arrived yesterday, midday. This wizard, Ardane, this dragonborn wizard, came here and spoke of the same issue, that there was an attack coming toward this Tiefling settlement on the Great River. Please tell us what you know, and if we determine that it needs, if you all need assistance, if you need forces, we will decide if we will be able to provide such a thing." You see Ardain Ardain. You see Ardain, yeah, actually it is Ardain, stands up and says, well, it is quite simple, as I have mentioned before, and I'm sure these 4 adventurers would agree. The dwarves have some sort of bloodlust against the Tieflings, and they are marching an army currently to attack the Tieflings as we speak. It is not my wish to see more bloodshed, especially in what feels like the semblance and in a vendetta, left that shrouds us after the Forever War. We should leave such things behind us, and we should make sure that the dwarves know that this is not something that can be, that cannot be stood for. Looks back to you all and said, I believe you all had run into Dwarven Empire, right? You'd run into them, and I imagine you didn't fight them. I think I would have heard about it, but perhaps prevented them from coming, or what insight could you share?
We convinced them that through a couple of magical means, they had different orders, and we convinced them to march back in the direction they came, buying, about a day or 2 of time until they realized the obvious deception and march back out toward the Tieflings.
He nods and says, elders of the council, we must act. This is something that if we just let the Dwarven Empire steamroll this small, peaceful village that has never done anything to deserve this, it will start a war. The semblances of the Tiefling Empire could rise. People will pick sides. We will be in another civil war like we were in the Forever War. This cannot happen. You see the council members kind of nod and say, any more insight that you can give us on this? It's not the monastery's place to actively get involved in a battle unless it will prevent less lives from being hurt than had we not gotten involved.
Can we take a 15-minute recess so I can go check on Kairos?
He says, we can, of course, talk with Kairos, but this is an urgent matter. We do need to decide this now.
If he is okay, I think he will be able to help with decision making.
You see that he nods and says, all right, well, perhaps we should go see Kairos. And you see everyone kind of agrees and nods. The entire council and Ardain, as well as you guys, make your way to the healers. As you get there, you see like the healers kind of nod to you and tell you that Kairos is very hurt. He is stable. Under their care, they feel that they can keep him alive, but it is a very powerful curse that they cannot lift. And they suggest not to touch him in case that curse could spread. But they also say that, he has mumbled words. You may be able to get communication with him, but he is unconscious right now. So you can try if you want to make a roll to try and communicate with him.
Actually, instead of that, on the way there, I want to try to discreetly talk to Lacey.
Okay.
Do you want to tell them anything? Or what do we try to not tell them?
We just need to tell them about Tieflings. We don't need to talk about us.
What are we going to tell them about the Dwarvens and why?
As far as we know, they've attacked this village before, and they're just doing it again because they don't like Tieflings.
Alright.
You see, as you all kind of surround Kairos, they sit there and they say, Seabog, you, out of all of us, are probably the closest one to him. If you'd like to speak with him, your kinship could perhaps get a glance into what he might know and give us more insight into what we should do.
Yeah. I'm assuming a roll?
Yes. Give me you can give me a religion, an arcana, or a charisma saving throw.
It's gonna be religion.
And you can do it with advantage because you do know him well.
That's an 18 on the roll plus 7.
Oh,
So
Jesus, yeah, okay. You kind of get close and you just kind of are about to whisper something. What would you like to say to him?
I need you with us.
You see, as you say that, almost like a light switch. He basically has no eyes; they're like blackened sockets. But you see, he kind of like his body kind of like wakes up a little bit, like shoots up, and he just grabs the side of the bed, and he says, "You could tell it is him, but it is strained, and it feels like it hurts him to say this." But he says, "The Dwarven King is not what he seems. We must save him." And then he falls back down. And as he does that, he looks over, he kind of like faces over at you, Pale Scales. And he says, "You cannot trust the one in robes." And then he also faces you, Madras, and says, "And I've seen your enemy, and he lies within." And then kind of falls back down unconscious. And that's where we'll end our session today! Interesting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am surprised you didn't look for the books today.
I was going to, but I really wanted to see if there was cool potions.
I'm surprised you didn't do it before sleeping.
We were all... It just kind of happened, so I just
Yeah.
kinda ignored it.
Okay.
This is not the case anymore, but initially, that potion wasn't going to be a big thing. But it's become a big thing. Purely because of your attention given to her.
I believe it.
Very cool, guys. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, almost a TPK!
Awesome!
Yeah.
So
fun. Wow.
Oh, hi, Siva.
Well, we all made it out, got a long rest, so y'all are welcome for more XP.
Oh, you guys will most certainly level up.
Oh,
So you'll be level 6.
Gosh, I cure him
at the
with
start of next
blindness.
session?
I
Yeah.
slap him immediately next session. I cure him with blindness.
Yes. Yes.
Can you cure him of having no eyes?
As a
that
blindness.
counts.